We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2, Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, December 28th. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Erica. Tori has the day off. So in case you didn't know, today is our first day back in the studio. Happy holidays, everybody. Hope you guys all at home had a good time watching our best of shows, but we are back. So how was everybody's time off? Jeff, Erica?
It was great. It was great. I cooked a lot. I drank probably a lot. I ate a lot. And it was great just being home with the kids. I miss my family, of course. You know, I miss not being with them. But being this our first time in our new home and the kids, there's Leighton, my little one. And then Lawson, we cut his hair.
I can't with Lawson's hair.
Yeah, we cut his hair.
So dark.
But he really got it this year. So he really got into Santa. We put some flour by the door and Santa left some tracks.
We did the same thing.
Yeah, and Santa ate the cookies he left out. So Lawson was really into it this year. So really, I can't complain. Beautiful year. I miss my family, but beautiful.
Erica?
Yeah, well, we were at home and we didn't get to travel this year. We were going to go to Canada, but they didn't want us. So my husband and I stayed home, but my sister, so this is so Al actually got me that bonnet.
That's rad.
And it's a really great bonnet. Yes, it's silk lined, so I wore it like all week. But yeah, my sister came to town from Oakland and she just stayed with us for a few days, and we did Secret Santas virtually for both our family and Anthony's family, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it's bittersweet, right? I mean, you said virtually, and I think all of our viewers out there can relate, because for the first time you're Zooming with the grandparents, right? Sophie could not wait to see her Oma and Opa for the holidays, and to just have like one big Zoom party. Who would have thought a year and a half ago? But I would have to say the highlight for me also, Jeff, is last year Sophie, she was barely 2.5 years old, and so she kind of understood it. This year she understood all of it.
Yeah.
So same thing, she woke up, ran downstairs to see if Santa had gone. We did the flower tracks and for Santa, and then the cookies were eaten, the carrots were eaten by Rudolph and the reindeer, and just the magic that's in their eyes is like absolutely the best. So
that's awesome.
I totally neglected the reindeer.
The poor reindeer are hungry.
I mean,
hey, they can eat the cookies.
Maybe they did. Maybe they drank a little milk.
Maybe some of your raviolis. I saw you made real, fresh, homemade raviolis.
So it's a tradition in our family that, you know, that goes back to my grandmother, you know, from Italy. So we used to do that as a kid. So I kept that tradition on Zoom, of course, with my family. We made them, then we eat them on Christmas Day.
So
delicious.
Cool. I got to try some of that.
I'm going to bring them in for everybody.
So
Rob,
good.
You can testify even though you're not on camera. How good were they? I brought Rob some. I gave Rob a couple because he asked, but moving forward, I'm going to get everybody some.
I can't wait to try it. Okay, so speaking of the holidays, there is some good news for stores. Even with all the job losses and shutdowns, holiday sales are up this year 3%. That's according to a report by MasterCard. Meantime, online shopping grew a whopping 49%, which of course was in large part due to the pandemic. So speaking of shopping, we saw a few crazy gifts out there this year. First up, check this out, you guys. It's a 3-volume Sistine Chapel book with giant color photographs of the landmark. Yeah, it's going to cost you $22,000. Next, check out this giant Princess Cinderella carriage. That's the gift for Kylie Jenner's daughter, Stormi, from her father, Travis Scott. Kylie showed it off on Instagram, and well, some are criticizing her, saying it's in poor taste to show off such extravagant gifts in a year when so many of you are hurting. What do you guys think of this?
Yeah, you know, I've been seeing this a lot on social media, where people are asking, hey, be aware and a little sensitive about the fact that we are in the middle of not only a pandemic, but an economic crisis for a lot of people who can't even put food on their table. So maybe don't show off all of your gifts and opulence. And then the counter to that was, how dare you tell me what to post on my Instagram? You know, I'm very proud of what I was able to do for my family, and if I want to put it on there, I can put it on there. And I think it's really somewhere in the middle. For these celebrities, it's a little bizarre to me, because you would think they'd be used to this by now. Like, I would expect that's what their Christmas would look like, but are they still hyped about it? It's a little strange to me.
Yeah, I could go either way with this one too. I could argue both sides, right? And it ultimately comes down to what, I don't want to knock anyone's character, because Travis Scott's just trying to love his daughter, and he shows affection through gifts in this way, and I'm sure he does it lovingly as well. But it's like, some people are like, they don't have the money to drive that nice car, but then they drive that nice car, and other people have that money to drive the nice car and choose just to drive an average car, right? And people ask, well, why do you do that? My parents were always low-key. We never had a lot of anything, but they always wanted to keep it low-key, right? That's kind of where I want to keep everything low-key, and trust me, just because you're looking at me through your TV doesn't mean I can buy anyone a carriage. That's for sure. That's for sure. But it goes both ways for me. So it's kind of how you want your ultimate character to be judged and what you want your kids, what morals you want them to grow up with, right? Sometimes it's inspirational to somebody, but when I look at movies like Cinderella Man and he has nothing, it makes me cry because I love that movie. Or my dad
such a good movie.
Taking the bus to the train to go downtown to work in Chicago every day. That's a real man. That shows me a real man. Anyone could buy that stuff if you have the money. And again, I'm not knocking him, but to work hard to show somebody to do it, that's the way to do it.
I agree with you, and I'll knock him. I thought it was really out of touch. I thought it was completely tone deaf. I understand that that's their brand and all of that, but considering, and listen, the viewers write in all the time. We know that a lot of you guys are having a hellish year, and we know that a lot of people that we know, right? Personal family members going through it, right? Either you're not allowed to see your loved ones, or you're stuck in the hospital fighting the coronavirus, or you're not working, or your unemployment checks literally just ran out. So for me, I think it's wonderful if he's going to get something for his child, of course, and it can be that extravagant. I'm more on your side that I think spoiling is something that you're teaching your child too much opulence and too much materialistic goods, but at the same time, you don't have to post it. I don't think you should
that's
be
where the
posting.
line.
That's the line. You cross the line by posting it right now during this pandemic when people can't even put food on the table. To me, just speaks you are out of touch.
Well, I think kind of bringing it back to the average person, you know, because people are saying, you know, I did what I could because I wanted there to be one special day this year. And they were excited about it. You know, some people picked up extra jobs and, you know, they couldn't really afford to necessarily do this, but they did it because they wanted to go above and beyond to make something special for just one day. And I can understand that sentiment. But I do think that we do need to just be a little bit more aware of people outside of ourselves, because I think that also is another show of gratitude for what you have.
Amen. And just the fact that we're all working. We're so lucky to have a job right now when so many people don't even have work, or they're not allowed to work because of their cities being shut down. So we hear you, DBL Nation. We absolutely hear you, and we'll get through this together. We really will. Okay, so we're going to switch gears here. Loughlin. She's a free woman already.
Praise the Lord.
The actress was released this morning from prison after serving nearly 2 months for her role in the college admission scandal. It was one of the biggest stories, of course, and scandals of the year. Okay, enough time, not enough time? Erica, Jeff?
You know, I look at Kelly Williams Bowler, who was the black mother from Akron, Ohio. She was sentenced to 5 years in prison for claiming that her son actually lived at her father's house in order to get into a better school district. That sentence was moved to 10 days. And she said originally in the Felicity Huffman that she could not judge her. And so I think that what we're seeing right now is someone who did serve their time. Did they serve enough? I do not know. But I do think that it was a very good example of how we are no longer going to just sweep these things under the rug, and people need to be held accountable.
And what about you, Jeff?
Well said, well said. I want to put this behind us. I want to put it behind Lori Loughlin. Enough with all this. I know it's still going to be news probably in 2021, but I do owe Tori Shulman a sandwich because I bet her that she would be out before Christmas.
You did.
She got out today. Tori's not here to collect. Rob ate her sandwich. No, I still owe her a sandwich.
Tori would be so
No,
mad.
I owe her one. I owe her
That's, you know, I'm curious whether or not Lori knew that her daughter went on Red Table Talk and kind of spilled the beans, so to speak, right? Because Lori the entire time said, she really stuck her heels in the ground and said, I was not aware of anything. I am not guilty. And then her daughter went on Red Table Talk and owned it. Acknowledged that she was a part of it.
Of course she knew that her daughter went. Yes, of course. I think the whole that was not done without the parents knowing. Period. In a discussion. There's a lot of things I'll speculate on, but that was a family decision.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
She didn't go rogue.
Coming up on DBL, a miraculous childbirth story for a very deserving family. You'll be stunned when you find out how two siblings came into this world just in time for the holidays. And Alec Baldwin's wife, Hilaria, is defending herself after her ethnicity has come into question. We're going to talk about it. There's a lot of tea here. That's coming up next.
This is a Smile Direct Club aligner.
Welcome back to DBL. Oh, this is quite the story, DBL Nation. So bear with me. Alec Baldwin is no stranger to controversy, clearly, but now it's his wife, Hilaria's turn to be in the hot seat. So she's taking on rumors that say she fakes her Spanish accent. Hilaria says they are not true. She clarified, I was born in Boston and grew up spending time with my family between Massachusetts and Spain. My parents and sibling live in Spain, and I chose to live here. We celebrate both cultures in our home. So that makes total sense, right? Well, here's where it gets a little weird. Her management's online biography says that she was born on a Spanish island. Not only that, but here's an old clip from the Today Show that has resurfaced, and people say it's doing her no favors. Take a listen.
We have very few ingredients. We have tomatoes. We have, how do you say it? Cucumbers. We have red pepper.
All right, so DBL Nation, we got to hear from you. Do you believe her? Why would she do this? I went down the rabbit hole, and at first I gave her the benefit of the doubt because I have a number of friends that celebrate, you know, both of their ethnicities or cultures in their household. Sure. And if they're speaking with me, they might sound a little bit more American. If they're speaking with their grandmother, they're going to sound a lot more Spanish or Italian or whatever it may be. So I gave her the benefit of the doubt. But then when I started to dig deeper and I saw that she had friends come forward saying, wait, I went to school with her. She never had an accent. She never grew up on a Spanish island. She grew up here in Boston. That's where I was like, what? Why is she doing that?
Well, see, you brought up appropriation earlier. I think it's more, it could possibly just be assimilation because it's not it's not uncommon for people to be as close to or try to get as close to whiteness and pass. So I know a lot of people who have, mixed heritage or wherever they're from, where they would be segregated against or oppressed, and their parents have taught them to assimilate into white culture. So it is possible that she's just really good at assimilating, where people have just never noticed.
Assimilating the opposite then.
Well, going back and forth to use it to her advantage when it's advantageous, and then use it to her advantage when it's not.
But if she's fully fluent in English, why is she saying, I don't know what cucumber means? And again, at first I was like, okay, this is somebody that has been celebrated both cultures, but that's not what people that know her are saying, Jeff.
Listen, this is embarrassing. I'm just going to give it straight. You gave some very educated points. This is embarrassing, okay? If I was on a date and someone's like, I had spent some time overseas, can we have guacamole? I'd be like, have a nice life. I would be out of there, okay? So I get like maybe if you spend a lot of time and you're back and forth and your family's from Spain and you kind of catch that accent because you just came off of a long trip, you don't go on a Today Show and say, I say cucumber? Come on, man. You know what a cucumber is.
Thank you for just boiling it down.
Yeah,
I'm 100%
it is.
with
Come
you.
on, and you do it like you said, when it's good for you, right?
Right. I mean, and a lot of people do this. That's why I'm not shocked by it, because that was the way that people got along to get along. Let's put it this way. There's a reason why black people can't assimilate, okay? That's the difference.
Now everyone's breaking it down.
That's the difference.
Well, coming up on DBL, a real-life miracle for a couple dealing with infertility, how their family is getting bigger in a way they never saw coming.
It's on.
Welcome back to DBL. After years of infertility, a Minnesota couple has received a pair of miracles this holiday season. 2 babies who aren't twins, and you won't believe how they entered this world. Here is the remarkable story.
For years, Kelsey and Kyle Pierce try everything under the sun to conceive, but nothing works. Her doctors tell her the only options left are surrogacy or adoption. Then one day, Kelsey's mom, 53-year-old Lisa Rutherford, offers to be her surrogate. Even though Lisa has already gone through menopause, doctors agree that she can carry her daughter's baby. 2 months into Lisa's pregnancy, Kelsey gets shocking news. She's defied the odds, and she too is expecting. On October 1st, Lisa gives birth to little Everly. And on November 23rd, baby Ava makes her appearance.
Ladies, welcome to DBL. Lisa, if there was a Mom of the Year, you get the award for 2020. I bow down. First off, let's just find out, Kelsey, how are your baby girls doing?
So good. So this is Everly and this is Ava. They're just so good. They're adorable. They're getting bigger every day and just, you know, becoming aware of each other, which is so fun to see, like them look at each other. And Everly loves to laugh and giggle at her sister. So fun.
Oh my God. And how lucky to grow up with each other like that. Kelsey, there are so many thousands of surrogates out there, right? I want to know why you chose your 53-year-old mom as yours. And also, both of you can answer this. Was there any a psychological barrier to it, or did you jump in right away? It was a yes immediately.
So honestly, surrogacy is really expensive and
yes.
It's a lot of work to find a surrogate, go through an agency. We were very surprised to find out that it's upwards of $100,000. So yeah, it was so crazy because we had already spent so much on our fertility journey already. So finding that out, we were like, oh my goodness, another thing that we can't do. And so, it's scary also, putting your trust in someone that you don't know and that you probably don't live near and won't be able to get to go to the appointments and see the ultrasounds and everything and know how they're taking care of their body throughout the pregnancy too. So it was really awesome that my mom stepped up to do it. So yeah, my mom kind of the whole way the last 2 years was always saying that, I would do that for you guys. I would totally, help you get me a grandbaby or get you a child. And so finally, after so many bumps in the road and so many, struggles, we finally said, okay, as long as the doctors clear you and as long as medically it's safe to do for you, then, okay.
Ugh. My God, green light. Okay, Lisa, I got to ask you now some questions. How was the pregnancy first off? And did you ever have hesitations, even in the back of your mind of, is this the right move? Am I going to be okay?
Oh, I had no hesitations at all. It's very tough. Kelsey had always said, I want a baby by the time I'm 30. And it just seemed like I wanted to make this happen for her. Obviously, I didn't have $100,000 to give her up front. So I'm like, this is the next best thing. And it went well through 36 weeks. And when I went in for my 36-week appointment, the nurse came in and did my blood pressure. Then when they called the doctor back in, she said, oh, you have preeclampsia.
Yeah, you're in preeclampsia. Oh my gosh.
And she said, well, you're going to have to deliver within 12 hours. And I was like, oh my goodness, Kelsey is 12 hours away. And they made it just in time. So we just had a really good pregnancy, and then we got a beautiful little girl out of it.
Oh, I'm so excited. All right. I just want to know, Kelsey, is there anything you'd like to tell your mom?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Thank you. I always thank her every day, and she's like, stop, you don't have to. And I always say, I don't think there's ever a way I can repay you. Just not even financially, just you did so much for us. You gave us what we wanted so badly. And, put yourself through something so many people wouldn't even think of doing at that age.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Well, I'm so happy for Ava and Everly, and I just want to say thanks for joining us. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Promotional consideration is...
We've got a crazy viral video for you. A Kentucky man used a flamethrower to help clear snow off his driveway. He dressed up as a character from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Eddie, right? In the video, which he posted on Facebook. Yes.
You don't kind of want to do that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Outfit and all.
I know. Are you on top of your shoveling when it snows?
Yeah.
Okay. DBL of the day. Bye, guys.
Talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
Loughlin gets out of prison after just 2 months. Today's debate, did she spend enough time behind bars? When dreams take flight, meet a U.S. Coast Guard pilot who is paving the way for Black women in the aviation industry.
If anything, it drove me to work harder.
A double pregnancy miracle. How one couple welcomed 2 babies who aren't twins after a series of twists and turns in their fertility journey. And the reviews are out for Wonder Woman 1984. Was the movie really that bad? Or are the critics too harsh?
I think we can do better.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, December 28th. I'm Sam here with Erica and Jeff. Brandon joining us from home. So in case you guys didn't know, today is our first day back in studio. So if you tuned in last week, we aired some of our best of shows, but now we are all officially back. So let's go around the horn. How was everyone's holiday? Jeff, then Erica, Brandon?
It was great. Of course, I miss my family, right? I wasn't with my immediate family, but I was with my 2 sons and my wife. It was our first time in our brand new home. So it was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. I don't know if we have some pictures of my sons. You know, Lawson, my oldest, that's Leighton, my youngest. And he didn't really get it. We got some flower in the background there, so it looks, you know, Santa's footsteps. You can see him get out the door. And Lawson, that's my oldest, he really got it. And in case you guys don't know, I cut his hair, so there you go. But it was really special because he got it, and it made it that much more special. I miss my family, but it was a year to remember for sure.
Erica, what about you?
We did a lot of virtual celebrations, which was actually really nice because everyone was kind of, you know, together. Generally, you like move around. But this is so Al got me this bonnet for Christmas with a satin lining, you know, to protect my edges. And my sister flew in from Oakland, so it was just the 3 of us, my sister, my husband, and myself, and we just hung out all day and you know, ate, drank, were merry. How about you, Sam?
Same as Jeff. Like, this was Sophie's first time really experiencing Santa, and the magic, like when she came down and saw that Santa had arrived, like I felt like I was reliving that moment as a kid myself. So it was super special. Miles is only 9 months, so he had no idea what was going on, but he's obsessed with Mickey Mouse. So he got a Mickey Mouse, and let me tell you, the kid has not put Mickey Mouse down. And then something really cool we got to do, because we missed our family too. All of my family were in Northern California. We missed them. We did a Zoom celebration, but we went to ice castles, Brandon. That's in about an hour from here, and it was so magical. Sophie thought that she was in Elsa's castle. Brandon, Elsa is from a movie called Frozen. Brandon has no idea who Elsa is. But what about you, Beeline? Where are you right now, by the way?
I'm here in Denver. I was able to go home. I was fortunate enough to go home and see my family. I got to see my nieces and nephews. And Sam, yes, I do know that Elsa is from Frozen because I am Uncle Brandon when I'm home. But the best part about the break was being able to celebrate the life of my grandfather that passed away. My family, he loves the card game, Phase 10. So in honor of him and my grandmother, we played Phase 10, and my cousin Nigel won. But it was a remarkable couple of hours to spend that time with my family playing that game.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Brandon. Power, may he rest in power, and prayers to your entire family. That's tough. That's really, really hard. Thank you for sharing that. So speaking of the holidays, there's some good news for the stores. Even with all the job losses and shutdowns, holiday sales are up this year 3%. That's according to a report by MasterCard. Meantime, online shopping grew a whopping 49%, which of course makes sense. That's in large part due to the pandemic. So speaking of shopping, we saw a few crazy gifts out there this year. First up, check this out. It's a 3-volume Sistine Chapel book with giant color photographs of the landmark. Here's where it gets crazy. It costs you $22,000. Next, check out this giant Princess Cinderella carriage. That's the gift for Kylie Jenner's daughter Stormi from her father Travis Scott. Kylie showed it off on Instagram, and some are criticizing her, saying it's in poor taste to show off such extravagant gifts in a year when so many are hurting. What do you make of that, Jeff?
You know, I could go both ways on this, Sam. We're talking about Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott, who are in the obvious 1% of our country, right? And they have a lifestyle that they've set up for themselves, or their parents have set up. I don't know, Travis Scott, whatever it went, that's the life that they live. And they want to do these things for their daughter. That's how they express their love, through gifts. I'm sure they do it through love as well. But this is how they live, and us 99% are judging them, right? So I think that's more on their character if they want to be like that. For me, it's like, if I had the money, which I don't know how much I would spoil my kids or even myself. Like, I drive an average car, my wife drives an average car. I don't know if I'd go to that next level to try to show off how much I made it. First of all, I don't have it yet. And second of all, I think it's more character building to show people climb that ladder, right? I think that's what I want my kids to know. Like, my parents grew up average. My dad took the bus to the train to the city every single day. That shows hard work, right? That's how I grew up. That's kind of, I think, instilled in me just by watching that, right? So that's what I want my kids to be instilled in them. Like, you got to work hard for the things that you want. But again, I don't blame them for doing what they should with their kids. It's their judgment. It's their call.
I stay out of other people's pockets, but I do understand what people are saying, because this is a conversation for really everyone. This has been a very tough year economically for more people than most years. And what a lot of people were kind of throwing the sentiment out was, is it necessary to boast about everything that you did or received for the holidays, or, you know, the opulence, when so many people are suffering? But then there are people who are saying, hey, you know what? I worked really hard in order to put together something for my family for this one day of a really craptastic year. I want to be able to share this with other people, or especially in a year where you can't be together with your family, sharing on social media kind of compensates for that.
I thought it was so tone deaf, Brandon. I'm sorry. I really did. I thought so many of our viewers who write in, who are struggling, who can't even afford to, you know, put food on the table, the whole stimulus package thing, people's unemployment, you know, expiring, and then you see this. Listen, I'm all for giving your children gifts. That's way too opulent in my book. But why post it on social media when so many people are struggling right now? I thought it was out of touch.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that one, Sam, because I'm not a parent. I can't give my kids extravagant gifts like this. But in the day and age in 2020, this flaunt culture is going to backfire on you. People are understanding, or this past year have made people realize that materialistic things, they have no value. But the value of Jeff, you showing pictures of you with your family, and Erica, you with your family, to us, that's better than gold. Because a lot of people are like, that $1,000 or $1 million carriage that she got, or Travis got for that kid, that kid is not going to have any sort of memorable memories from that, and you can't take that with you. And I think that's why that blowback is there, because people are like, those possession materials, that's so 2019. Amen. Now it's about the gift of being able to be with your family.
And I want it to be cool in 2021. Brandon kind of touched on it. Like, people think it's cool to have all this stuff on social media and show all this stuff that they really don't have. They really don't, you know? I think it's cool to show, you know what, I saved up all year to buy this iPhone. Amen. And it was the only present I got, or whatever it may be. It reminds me of that story, Cinderella Man. I like seeing that on social media, the inspiration, the hard work, and then getting to a point where you're like, look what I did the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Said.
That's where I want it to go.
I know. Right
I was getting really inspirational, and we had to get pushed on. 2020.
Well, switching gears here, Loughlin, you guys, she's free. She's a free woman. The actress was released this morning from prison after serving nearly 2 months for her role in the college admission scandal. It was one of the biggest stories and scandals of the year. Who here is surprised? Did you think that she'd serve Jeff less time, more time? Didn't you have a bet with Tori?
I owe Tori a sandwich.
Yeah.
I owe her a sandwich. I said she'd be out before Christmas. She's out today. We are live, so it's a sandwich for Tori. She's not here today, unfortunately. I ate both sandwiches, but no, I still owe her a sandwich when she gets back.
She's going to be so geeked about that.
Yes, she is.
You know, here's a story where I don't know if it was too much time, too little time. I think that ultimately this is going to very much be or set a precedent for how things cannot be swept under the rug, that there will be accountability, whether it comes from the courts or the court of public opinion, and that may actually skew things for your future. This is a prime example of exactly how that went down. enough is never enough for some people. And when you've gotten to that place, then you are your own worst enemy, because how easy would it have been if it didn't have to look a certain way?
So true.
If it didn't have to appear like that to everybody else.
Hey, Brandon was on board with me about getting out early.
Brandon, is she going to have a
Well, Erica, she's going to have her day in court, and that's red table talk. She has to go on red table talk to talk to the people.
You don't think she'll get invited?
No.
What if she took accountability? What if she said, I want to learn from my wrongs and take accountability? Would they welcome her?
I think that Gammy is going to say no. And I'm sticking with Gammy. They already allow Olivia Jade on there. She took up some room and space. She said her thing. The thing has been done. She is the family spokesperson. Now let Red Table Talk go back to what Red Table Talk really was about. That was about creating the space for the people who normally don't have the space created, not for people who pay $500,000 to get their daughter into a college. Let's get back to basics, people.
Amen. We're leaving.
Well, we'll take her on this show if she wants to get interviewed. I'll interview her.
We are going to grill her. No softballs here.
Wow. Heads up.
Brandon, stick around. Coming up on DBL, Wonder Woman 1984 was the most anticipated movie of the year, and it finally came out, but why are critics slamming it? Speaking of strong women, meet a pilot who started an organization to help underrepresented groups feel more welcome in the aviation industry. And next, our medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli, joins us live to break down the latest coronavirus headlines. We'll be right back.
This is
Welcome back to DBL. As we inch closer to the end of 2020, we can finally say we achieved a COVID-19 vaccine, but we also have a concerning new and more transmissible variant of the virus to contend with, and it's beginning to spread around the world. So we've got Dr. Payal Kohli here joining us live. Hey, doctor. So let's first explain what a new variant is. Is this the first one that we've seen since the beginning of the pandemic, and how much more transmissible is it?
A new variant is basically just a mutated version of the virus, and it's absolutely not the first one that we've seen. I mean, this is what viruses do. They mutate. That's part of the evolutionary process. The reason this is getting so much attention, you guys, is because it's 40 to 70% more easily transmitted or more easily spread. And so it's quickly becoming very dominant, in many parts of the UK.
First of all, shout out to the Sam Shackford transmissible variant.
Oh, you know,
first day back from vacay.
No, I had to ask.
That was pretty good.
I was like, am I saying this right? Thank you.
Doc, you always know those words. But Doc, I just have a quick question. Is it a worse type of virus, quote unquote, than the one that's currently, going around?
Jeff, it is in some ways because it spreads more easily, but there's no evidence that it makes people sicker, and that's the key part of it. Viruses evolve in such a way to improve their own survival, and that's what it's done, but we don't think people are going to get sicker as a result, but more people might get COVID.
So, okay, we finally get a vaccine. Will our current vaccine work on the new strain, or will there need to be another vaccine for a new strain? Sorry, I'm so heated about this, Doc. It's not your fault.
No, it's such an important question, and I'm so glad you asked me. So if you think about my hand as the virus, the thumb is the spike protein. This is the part that gets injected when you get the vaccine, and you make antibodies to the entire thumb. Now, the tip of the thumb is what's changed with this new strain. So those antibodies to the rest of my thumb should still be working. So we think that the vaccine is most likely still going to work. The problem comes if we start accumulating more and more mutations over time, and the entire thumb changes. Then we may have to evolve the vaccine down the line.
Wow. Okay, so Doc, what parts of the world are seeing this new mutation right now? Are there any cases here in America?
Yeah, well, we think it may already have come into America. We have no documented cases, but we have seen cases in Australia, in Italy, in Denmark, in Iceland, and many, many parts of Europe. So that's part of it. It spreads so easily that we do think it's going to, spread across the world, and it begs the question of whether or not, travel restrictions should be imposed. Another thing we didn't talk about, you guys, is the accuracy of testing. With this new strain, there's actually a possibility that our current COVID-19 tests may give us false negatives because the strain has changed and the way that it detects it. So it raises a lot of important questions.
Wow. Well, geez. I was all excited about this
new vaccine. I know. It's a lot of questions.
No, we should still be excited. Let's still be excited because I got my shot last week, and I'm really, really excited. I did. I have to tell you guys about it because it was a surprise. I was sicker than I expected to be, but I was never been so happy to be sick. I'll tell you that, because I knew my immune system was making those antibodies. So we still need to be positive. This shouldn't be putting us off. It just tells us we need to continue to be careful until we're all vaccinated.
Amen. Still got to be hypervigilant. Thank you so much, Dr. Coley. Coming up on DBL, Jennifer Aniston posted a picture of a Christmas ornament commemorating the pandemic. But many are saying it's totally tone deaf. We'll show you and let you be the judge. And next, meet a pilot who's breaking barriers in the aviation industry and helping others do the same. Don't miss the latest installment of our series, Strong Women, Inside and Out.
It's only a matter of time.
Welcome back to DBL. Lieutenant Commander Angel Hughes is the perfect example of the saying, be the change you wish to see. When she noticed the lack of representation of minorities and women in the aviation industry, she did something about it. Here's her story, showing us what it means to be a strong woman inside and out.
My name is Lieutenant Commander Angel Hughes. I am a Coast Guard pilot and also a pilot for United Parcel Services. And I'm also the founder of Sisters of the Skies Incorporated. I first realized I wanted a career in aviation while I was 11 years old. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was sitting in my 6th grade class and my teacher introduced the topic of astronomy, and I remember my mind being blown. I fell in love with everything having to do with space and stars, the universe. So I started taking flight lessons at 16 and was licensed by the time I was 17, graduated and went off to college. So we'll fast forward to the year 2015. I'm 29 years old. I'm an active duty Coast Guard military pilot. And up until this point in my career, I count on one hand and keep counting the amount of female pilots I encountered, and I'd never seen another Black female airline pilot. And I'm sitting in my house in Mobile, Alabama at the time, and I'm scrolling through Facebook. And as I'm scrolling, I see a Black female pilot in her uniform in front of a jumbo jet. I sent her a message, so we started a group me chat. So out of 45,000 pilots total within the major airlines, there were less than 50 Black female airline pilots. She invited all of the ladies that she knew in the airline industry, in the major airline. I invited all of the ones that I saw on Facebook. Next thing you know, Sisters of the Skies is formed. The goal of Sisters of the Skies is to increase the amount of female minority pilots through scholarship, mentorship, and outreach. We're helping those pilots, or we're watching them throughout their entire journey through inception of, wow, I can be a pilot, through flight training all the way up to their commercial certificates. To me, being a strong woman means not settling for the minimum, not settling for no, or not giving into the naysayers saying, you know, you could never do that. Be the best at it, so no one can tell you otherwise.
Yes, she is all the goals. And maybe you know an aspiring pilot. To learn more about her organization and find out how to join, go to sistersoftheskies.org. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Okay, so a lot in regard to Lori Loughlin. Lisa says, if I did what Lori did, I would still be in jail. Fame and money got her out early.
You probably right, girl.
Yeah.
You got us.
Like, you right, you right.
I know. And I really hope.
I know I would be.
We'll see if she ever takes accountability. I hope that Lori Loughlin does. Remember to watch DBL on Facebook or YouTube. You can chat with other viewers and with the host during the commercials, and we'll read your comments on TV like we just did. It's your chance to be part of our DBL Nation. And if you're sticking around, here's what's coming up on DBL. The haters are coming after Wonder Woman 1984, but are they being too harsh? And social media is also slamming Jennifer Aniston over a Christmas ornament. DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Erica. Brandon joining us from home. Let's get right to it. Alec Baldwin is no stranger to controversy, but now it's his wife Hilaria's turn to be in the hot seat. So there's rumors saying she fakes her Spanish accent. Hilaria clarified, "I was born in Boston and grew up spending time with my family between Massachusetts and Spain. My parents and sibling live in Spain and I chose to live here. We celebrate both cultures in our home." So that makes total sense, right? Well, here's where it gets a little weird. Her management's online bio says that she was born on a Spanish island. Not only that, an old clip from the Today Show is resurfaced and it shows Hilaria struggling with English. Watch.
We have very few ingredients. We have tomatoes. We have, how do you say it? Cucumbers. We have red pepper.
Interesting. Okay, so Brandon, I want to get your take first. Do you believe her if she is somehow amplifying or exaggerating or making up her accent? Why do you think she would do that?
No, I don't believe her at all, because there's an entire Reddit thread that goes back and like examines not only her history of her upbringing, but it goes back as far as her grandparents. And it's showing that she's saying that her parents live in Spain. Her parents, or her mother was like a doctor or someone, and she grew up in Massachusetts all these years, and people are outing her. And you're seeing this with whether it be, and I'm not saying Elizabeth Warren said that when she said she was Native American and she tried to play to that. But when people are saying that Rachel Dolezal, you see people are going back and they're doing their history, they're doing their due diligence at people. And I expect to see more people exposed who have been, I don't know if you could call this appropriation, but people who have been living a lie for so long.
So I don't believe that it's appropriation, in my opinion. I believe that this is a product of assimilation and the idea of passing and going back and forth. You have someone who clearly has some Spanish descent, and as was very common for first-generation Americans or people born in other countries, a lot of people assimilated to whiteness, to more Americanized, to blend in so that they could get better opportunities. Now we have situations where diversity is kind of celebrated and appreciated. So then you have a swing to the other side. So I think she's just been falling in this strange pendulum of assimilation, and she got caught.
No, Erica. I would agree with you. I'm with Brandon on this one. I would agree with you because, I look back to some of my own friends who had, their grandmother lived with them. Their grandmother, whether it be like in your case, Jeff, from Italy, or whether it be my friend's case in Mexico, her accent would go in and out when she was around her grandmother, right? Then she'd be around me and it should be more Americanized. That I totally understand, and I think that's beautiful, celebrating both heritages or both ethnicities, both languages. With Brandon here, went down that Reddit thread. You have her evidence of her saying that she grew up in Spain for 19 years. Then you have her friends coming out being like, "No, homegirl, I have your yearbook picture from the high school here in America in Boston that you went to." So why making up bold-faced lies? Like, what is she trying to do here, Jeff?
I think people are attracted to some sort of accent, right? And I think it might be her go-to if she's nervous to, how do you say cucumber? Maybe it's like a nervous tick, because that's embarrassing, okay? I'm trying to wonder what's in her head. Well, what's in her head? Because my mother was born in Italy, my grandmother, all my friends, some of my friends were born in Italy. They don't say, "How do you say cucumber?" We wouldn't be friends anymore, first of all. I'd be like, "Dude, you're 29 years old. What do you mean?" And if you're from Europe, you know your vegetables, okay? You know the garden, where the tomatoes are, where the cucumbers are, the green beans. You know what a cucumber is. She was nervous.
She was nervous?
She was nervous, and she's like, "How do you say cucumber?"
I'm just saying, I think that there are a lot of people who maybe it's not even ill-willed. You just have a diverse upbringing.
But people are saying she did not have a diverse upbringing.
And then it just comes out when it's good for her.
Where's the diversity?
I was saying, that's why I do believe it's assimilation. It's not appropriation.
Brandon, final thought here, and then we'll move on.
But Erica, she just got caught because, like you said, there's been a rise in representation and people saying, hey, yo, I'm black. Hey, I'm proud. I'm a proud Hispanic. I think she was doing this at a time where she didn't think that there was going to be this rise in representation. And now that we've had this foot before this representation come forward and people saying like, hey, I am proud to be Black American. Hey, I am proud to be Hispanic American. She is now being caught. She's caught red-handed, so she may want to backpedal a little bit more, but
it's assimilation opportunism.
Yes, thank you. That I'll get on board with because she has the opportunity to drum up the accent when it works for her and then remove that accent when it doesn't work for her.
Right, that's what assimilation was all about.
That is her privilege. After several delays, you can now watch the highly anticipated Wonder Woman sequel at home, and that's exactly what people did. HBO's viewing numbers tripled on Friday. The only problem, the movie is getting mixed reviews, and it looks like, well, more bad news than good. If you check Twitter after watching, you probably saw a lot of takes like this. Wonder Woman was in 1984 was hot garbage. And this film is really, 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 really bad. So bad it needs to be seen to be believed exactly how bad it is. I'm in awe at how much of a colossal failure of a film this is. However, that did not stop Warner Brothers from greenlighting a third Wonder Woman film. Erica, you watched it.
I did.
And?
I mean, I watched it, and then I did some dishes, and then I watched it.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
And I checked some emails. I also didn't see the original one, so I thought maybe I was at a disadvantage. I didn't think it was hot garbage. I mean, I did feel like the villain was very reminiscent of somebody who's so polarizing in society that may have thrown people off too.
Brandon, did you see the original? I saw the original, and it was one of my favorite superhero films. I could not wait to see the sequel. I'm no longer going to waste my time to see the sequel. What about you, Beelan?
No, I've yet to see either. But in the words of Hilaria Baldwin, it sounded like it was hot basura. You know, basura is trash in Spanish. But okay, that was. I tried, Jeff. That
was good. I appreciate.
But I have an older sister. What's that?
I was gonna say, one day back from vacay. I like you going for it, buddy.
Thank you.
Go
ahead, Sam.
I
have nothing more than my bad joke.
You were about to say something about your older sister.
Oh, well, my older sister, her and her husband, they went to see it on Christmas. They live in Florida. I guess the movie theaters are open there. And this woman, like, she doesn't hate on anything. She doesn't give bad reviews. But growing up, we had a word that if something wasn't funny or if a joke wasn't funny, we'd say burr. So I texted her and I asked her, how was the movie? And she said, in one word, burr. So if she didn't like it, then it so gets funny. A burr review from the London family.
I liked your joke, Brandon. Let me bring it in a different direction here. Do you think this movie was so popular because of the movement surrounding it, right? So because of the movement surrounding it, don't give me that face. Stay with me here, Sam. The movement surrounding it made people like feel empowered as women or to support women and go see Wonder Woman, right? But being in this industry and knowing when you're down, people like to put you on a pedestal, and as soon as you're up there, they chop that pedestal right down from you. So do you think she got so famous that people, instead of supporting her, are now chopping her down because of the fame that she's reached?
No, but only
Is that too heady for you?
I think it's too heady only because Erica's reaction. Erica said she was doing dishes, checking emails. Now, that would be a stark contrast to Erica watching the first one, guaranteed. If Erica watched the first one, she would not be able to put her phone down. She would be glued, or she would not even look at her phone. She'd be glued to the TV. It is that good. So I think it may have had high expectations because the first one was so kick-ass, but...
Yeah.
I'm trying to stop.
I just gave a great, heady explanation of why she says kick-ass.
I commend you for going there. However, I just think it's a sophomore slump.
Okay, it could be that too. It could be as simple as that. But it was kick-ass.
Jennifer Aniston's Christmas decorations are getting a lot of mixed reactions after she shared a picture online of an ornament. Well, here it is. The ornament says, "Our first pandemic." People immediately were torn. The question is this in poor taste or is it sarcastic, funny? Jeff, what do you think?
I want to talk more about the other story, but
no, I want to take on this.
Listen, here's the I don't know. I understand why it's so offensive, but why are people so offended by what other people do? Worry about your own life. I get why it's offensive. 300,000 people died because of this pandemic. But if, God rest my grandmothers, they're not with us. But if they gave me a present like this that said our first pandemic, we're in our first home, maybe they're not thinking too much about it. We're going to remember 2020 with all the pictures and the masks. We don't need an ornament to remind us. But I don't see why it's so offensive. I'm not going to write on Jennifer Aniston's timeline and call her names because she posted an ornament that was in some people of bad taste.
But you can still say it's out of touch. I thought it was out of touch.
All right.
I thought it was a little like who's our?
You thought Wonder Woman was kick-ass too.
To be honest,
but who's our Erica? Who gave that to her? Who is she celebrating Christmas with? Just curious.
Wow, we really went down the rabbit hole on this ornament. I assumed it was our as in everybody, like all of us who live here on this earth. And
wow, that was deep too. That was heady. That was heady.
And the pandemic, it just feels like a why. Like, why make it? Why buy it? Why post it?
Why post it? Brandon, do you think, are we just making a big deal, a mountain out of a molehill, or what?
Well, I think we could be, because a lot of people are defending her, saying that she's using humor to cope. I guess to cope with the pandemic. And my question is, would she be getting this or would she be getting this blowback if she had a parent or a family member die of COVID, and she was using this as humor to cope?
Do you find the ornament to be burr?
I was just gonna ask you if you thought it was burr or not.
Do we have a new DBL official word here? But no, I don't. I honestly don't think it's burr. I'm with Jeff. I understand that, the magnitude of this this virus and what it has done to people, but I think she just may be using this to cope.
Okay. That's good for you for giving her the benefit of the doubt. I appreciate that. People just tuning in are like, what's burr? And they're Googling, what's burr? Coming up on DBL, a couple shines a light on the importance of family, their selfless act to keep 6 siblings together later in Hard Threads. But first, a real-life miracle for a family dealing with infertility, how their family is getting bigger in a way they never saw coming.
Closed captioning.
Welcome back to DBL. After years of infertility, a Minnesota couple has received a pair of miracles this holiday season. 2 babies who aren't twins, and you won't believe how they entered this world. Here is the remarkable story.
For years, Kelsey and Kyle Pierce try everything under the sun to conceive, but nothing works. Her doctors tell her the only options left are surrogacy or adoption. Then one day, Kelsey's mom, 53-year-old Lisa Rutherford, offers to be her surrogate. Even though Lisa has already gone through menopause, doctors agree that she can carry her daughter's baby. 2 months into Lisa's pregnancy, Kelsey gets shocking news. She's defied the odds, and she too is expecting. On October 1st, Lisa gives birth to little Everly. And on November 23rd, baby Ava makes her appearance.
Ladies, welcome to DBL. Lisa, if there was a Mom of the Year, you would get the award for 2020. I bow down. First off, let's just find out, Kelsey, how are your baby girls doing?
So good. So this is Everly and this is Ava. They're just so good. They're adorable. They're getting bigger every day and just, you know, becoming aware of each other, which is so fun to see, like them look at each other. And Everly loves to laugh and giggle at her sister. So fun.
Oh my God. And how lucky to grow up with each other like that. Kelsey, there are so many thousands of surrogates out there, right? I want to know why you chose your 53-year-old mom as yours. And also, both of you can answer this. Was there any a psychological barrier to it, or did you jump in right away? It was a yes immediately.
So honestly, surrogacy is really expensive and
yes,
it's a lot of work to find a surrogate, go through an agency. We were very surprised to find out that it's upwards of $100,000. So after, it was so crazy because we had already spent so much on our fertility journey already. So finding that out, we were like, oh my goodness, another thing that we can't do. And so, it's scary also, putting your trust in someone that you don't know and that you probably don't live near and won't be able to get to go to the appointments and see the ultrasounds and everything and know how they're taking care of their body throughout the pregnancy too. So it was really awesome that my mom stepped up to do it. So my mom kind of the whole way the last 2 years was always saying that, I would do that for you guys. I would totally, help you get me a grandbaby or get you a child. And so finally, after so many bumps in the road and so many, struggles, we finally said, okay, as long as the doctors clear you and as long as medically it's safe to do for you, then, okay.
Ugh. My God, green light. Okay, Lisa, I gotta ask you now some questions. How was the pregnancy first off? And did you ever have hesitations, even in the back of your mind of, is this the right move? Am I gonna be okay?
Oh, I had no hesitations at all. And it just seemed like I wanted to make this happen for her. Obviously, I didn't have $100,000 to give her up front. So I'm like, this is the next best thing. And it went well through 36 weeks. And when I went in for my 36-week appointment, the nurse came in and did my blood pressure. Then when they called the doctor back in, she said, oh, you have preeclampsia.
Yeah, you're in preeclampsia. Oh my gosh.
And she said, well, you're going to have to deliver within 12 hours. And I was like, oh my goodness, Kelsey is 12 hours away. And they made it just in time. So we just had a really good pregnancy, and then we got a beautiful little girl out of it.
Oh, I'm so excited. All right. I just want to know, Kelsey, is there anything you'd like to tell your mom?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Thank you. I always thank her every day, and she's like, stop, you don't have to. And I always say, I don't think there's ever a way I can repay you. Just not even financially, just you did so much for us. You gave us what we wanted so badly. And, put yourself through something so many people wouldn't even think of doing at that age.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Well, I'm so happy for Ava and Everly, and I just want to say thanks for joining us. We'll be right back.
Oh thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Welcome back to DBL. Today's Heart Threads features an inspirational adoption story. Watch how a couple welcomed 6 kids into their family, all to keep a group of siblings together.
This family doubled in size when they adopted 6 kids. Heather and Jamie Hayduke have 4 biological children. They started fostering 16-month-old twin boys, Noah and Joel. The goal was to reunite them and their 4 siblings with their birth parents, but when plans changed, the Haydukes rose to the occasion.
The only way we could see them staying together is if we were the ones to do it.
So they decided to adopt all 6 kids.
We think we've raised 4 good kids, and okay, we can do that again.
The 2 families officially joined in a virtual adoption ceremony.
You may not have given birth to them, but you've given them their life.
We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration.
Tomorrow on DBL, wellness expert to the stars, Koya Webb, just in time for 2021. She's showing you how to live a healthier, calmer life with eye yoga.
And all you have to do is just close your eyes and look down, all the way down as far as you can down with your eyes closed.
Tips to start the new year on the right foot tomorrow on DBL. Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. So we have a lot of opinions on the ornament. Okay, with Jennifer Aniston. Vivian on Facebook says the COVID decorations are for sale all over social media. Jennifer isn't alone in posting it. Cheryl says on Facebook, there's nothing wrong with Jennifer, in caps. Jennifer A's ornament. Ugh. So, you know, I know that a lot of people are trying to commemorate like what they went through, like a memento, so to speak. I know that like a lot of the photos that I took with Sophie with her mask on, I didn't want her to remove her mask because I wanted to remember. But I mean, Brandon thought that it was her way of coping. So maybe I missed the boat on this one, Brandon, because a lot of people agree with you.
Well, I think that. Yeah, as they should, Sam. But I think there's a difference between the Kylie Jenner post and Jennifer Aniston's post.
Yes. Yeah, I think Kylie's definitely. I think we've made a mountain out of a molehill with Jennifer Aniston.
That's the second time you used that term. I almost made fun of you the first time, but I jumped on the second one. That was a very good one.
I don't know how else to describe that.
I think people are getting tired of the cancel culture, and I think people are finally sticking up like, look, she wasn't trying to ruin anybody's life. She just posted a photo. Relax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do not say relax. DBL's new every day. Let's go tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye, guys.
About today on Daily Blast Live.
Loughlin gets out of prison after just 2 months. Today's debate, did she spend enough time behind bars? When dreams take flight, meet a U.S. Coast Guard pilot who is paving the way for Black women in the aviation industry.
If anything, it drove me to work harder.
A double pregnancy miracle. How one couple welcomed 2 babies who aren't twins after a series of twists and turns in their fertility journey. And the reviews are out for Wonder Woman 1984. Was the movie really that bad? Or are the critics too harsh?
I think we can do better. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, December 28th. I'm Sam here with Erica and Jeff. Brandon joining us from home. So in case you guys didn't know, today is our first day back in studio. So if you tuned in last week, we aired some of our best of shows, but now we are all officially back. So let's go around the horn. How was everyone's holiday? Jeff, then Erica, Brandon?
It was great. Of course, I miss my family, right? I wasn't with my immediate family, but I was with my 2 sons and my wife. It was our first time in our brand new home. So it was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. I don't know if we have some pictures of my sons. You know, Lawson, my oldest, that's Leighton, my youngest. And he didn't really get it. We got some flower in the background there, so it looks, you know, Santa's footsteps. You can see him get out the door. And Lawson, that's my oldest, he really got it. And in case you guys don't know, I cut his hair, so there you go. But it was really special because he got it, and it made it that much more special. I miss my family, but it was a year to remember for sure.
Erica, what about you?
We did a lot of virtual celebrations, which was actually really nice because everyone was kind of, you know, together. Generally, you like move around. But this is so Al got me this bonnet for Christmas with a satin lining, to protect my edges. And my sister flew in from Oakland, so it was just the 3 of us, my sister, my husband, and myself, and we just hung out all day and ate, drank, were merry. How about you, Sam?
Same as Jeff. Like, this was Sophie's first time really experiencing Santa, and the magic, like when she came down and saw that Santa had arrived, like I felt like I was reliving that moment as a kid myself. So it was super special. Miles is only 9 months, so he had no idea what was going on, but he's obsessed with Mickey Mouse. So he got a Mickey Mouse, and let me tell you, the kid has not put Mickey Mouse down. And then something really cool we got to do, because we missed our family too. All of my family were in Northern California. We missed them. We did a Zoom celebration, but we went to Ice Castles, Brandon. That's in about an hour from here, and it was so magical. Sophie thought that she was in Elsa's castle. Brandon, Elsa is from a movie called Frozen. Brandon has no idea who Elsa is. But what about you, Beeline? Where are you right now, by the way?
I'm here in Denver. I was able to go home. I was fortunate enough to go home and see my family. I got to see my nieces and nephews. And Sam, yes, I do know that Elsa is from Frozen because I am Uncle Brandon when I'm home. But the best part about the break was being able to celebrate the life of my grandfather that passed away. My family, he loves the card game, Phase 10. So in honor of him and my grandmother, we played Phase 10, and my cousin Nigel won. But it was a remarkable couple of hours to spend that time with my family playing that game.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Brandon. Power, may he rest in power, and prayers to your entire family. That's tough. That's really, really hard. Thank you for sharing that. So speaking of the holidays, there's some good news for the stores. Even with all the job losses and shutdowns, holiday sales are up this year 3%. That's according to a report by MasterCard. Meantime, online shopping grew a whopping 49%, which of course makes sense. That's in large part due to the pandemic. So speaking of shopping, we saw a few crazy gifts out there this year. First up, check this out. It's a 3-volume Sistine Chapel book with giant color photographs of the landmark. Here's where it gets crazy. It costs you $22,000. Next, check out this giant Princess Cinderella carriage. That's the gift for Kylie Jenner's daughter Stormi from her father Travis Scott. Kylie showed it off on Instagram, and some are criticizing her, saying it's in poor taste to show off such extravagant gifts in a year when so many are hurting. What do you make of that, Jeff?
You know, I could go both ways on this, Sam. We're talking about Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott, who are in the obvious 1% of our country, right? And they have a lifestyle that they've set up for themselves, or their parents have set up. I don't know, Travis Scott, whatever it went, that's the life that they live. And they want to do these things for their daughter. That's how they express their love, through gifts. I'm sure they do it through love as well. But this is how they live. And us 99% are judging them, right? So I think that's more on their character if they want to be like that. For me, it's like, if I had the money, which I don't know how much I would spoil my kids or even myself. Like, I drive an average car, my wife drives an average car. I don't know if I'd go to that next level to try to show off how much I made it. First of all, I don't have it yet. And second of all, I think it's more character building to show people climb that ladder, right? I think that's what I want my kids to know. Like, my parents grew up average. My dad took the bus to the train to the city every single day. That shows hard work, right? That's how I grew up. That's kind of, I think, instilled in me just by watching that, right? So that's what I want my kids to be instilled in them. Like, you got to work hard for the things that you want. But again, I don't blame them for doing what they should with their kids. It's their judgment. It's their call.
I stay out of other people's pockets, but I do understand what people are saying because this is a conversation for really everyone. This has been a very tough year economically for more people than most years. And what a lot of people were kind of throwing the sentiment out was, is it necessary to boast about everything that you did or received for the holidays or, you know, the opulence when so many people are suffering? But then there are people who are saying, hey, you know what? I worked really hard in order to put together something for my family for this one day of a really craptastic year. I want to be able to share this with other people, or especially in a year where you can't be together with your family, sharing on social media kind of compensates for that.
I thought it was so tone deaf, Brandon. I'm sorry. I really did. I thought so many of our viewers who write in who are struggling, who can't even afford to, you know, put food on the table, the whole stimulus package thing, people's unemployment, you know, expiring, and then you see this. Listen, I'm all for giving your children gifts. That's way too opulent in my book. But why post it on social media when so many people are struggling right now? I thought it was out of touch.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that one, Sam, because I'm not a parent. I can't give my kids extravagant gifts like this. But in the day and age in 2020, this flaunt culture is going to backfire on you. People are understanding, or this past year have made people realize that materialistic things, they have no value. But the value of Jeff, you showing pictures of you with your family, and Erica, you with your family, to us, that's better than gold, because a lot of people are like, that $1,000 or $1 million carriage that she got or Travis got for that kid, that kid is not going to have any sort of memorable memories from that, and you can't take that with you. And I think that's why that blowback is there, because people are like, those possession materials, that's so 2019. Amen. Now it's about the gift of being able to be with your family.
And I want it to be cool in 2021. Brandon kind of touched on it. Like, people think it's cool to have all this stuff on social media and show all this stuff that they really don't have. They really don't, you know? I think it's cool to show, you know what, I saved up all year to buy this iPhone. Amen. And it was the only present I got, or whatever it may be. It reminds me of that story, Cinderella Man. I like seeing that on social media, the inspiration, the hard work, and then getting to a point where you're like, look what I did the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Said.
That's where I want it to go.
I'm right there.
I was getting really inspirational, and we had to get pushed on. 2020.
Well, switching gears here, Loughlin, you guys, she's free. She's a free woman. The actress was released this morning from prison after serving nearly 2 months for her role in the college admission scandal. It was one of the biggest stories and scandals of the year. Who here is surprised? Did you think that she'd serve Jeff less time, more time? Do you think you have a bet with Tori?
I owe Tori a sandwich.
Yeah.
I owe her a sandwich. I said she'd be out before Christmas. She's out today. We are live, so it's a sandwich for Tori. She's not here today, unfortunately. I ate both sandwiches, but no, I still owe her a sandwich when she gets back.
She's going to be so geeked about that.
Yes, she is.
You know, here's a story where I don't know if it was too much time, too little time. I think that ultimately this is going to very much be set a precedent for how things cannot be swept under the rug, that there will be accountability, whether it comes from the courts or the court of public opinion, and that may actually skew things for your future. This is a prime example of exactly how that went down. Enough is never enough for some people, and when you've gotten to that place, then you are your own worst enemy, because How easy would it have been if it didn't have to look a certain way?
So true.
If it didn't have to appear like that to everybody else.
Hey, Brandon was on board with me about getting out early.
Brandon, is she going to have a comeback?
Well, Erica, she's going to have her day in court, and that's red table talk. She has to go on red table talk to talk to the people.
You don't think she'll get invited?
No.
What if she took accountability? What if she said, I want to learn from my wrongs and take accountability? Would they welcome her?
I think that Gammy is going to say no. And I'm sticking with Gammy. They already allow Olivia Jade on there. She took up some room and space. She said her thing. The thing has been done. She is the family spokesperson. Now let Red Table Talk go back to what Red Table Talk really was about. That was about creating the space for the people who normally don't have the space created. Not for people who pay $500,000 to get their daughter into a college. Let's get back to basics, people.
Amen. We're leaving.
Well, we'll take her on this show if she wants to get interviewed. I'll interview her.
But we are going to grill her. No softballs here.
Wow. Heads up.
Brandon, stick around. Coming up on DBL, Wonder Woman 1984 was the most anticipated movie of the year, and it finally came out, but why are critics slamming it? Speaking of strong women, meet a pilot who started an organization to help underrepresented groups feel more welcome in the aviation industry. And next, our medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli, joins us live to break down the latest coronavirus headlines. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. As we inch closer to the end of 2020, we can finally say we achieved a COVID-19 vaccine, but we also have a concerning new and more transmissible variant of the virus to contend with, and it's beginning to spread around the world. So we've got Dr. Payal Kohli here joining us live. Hey, doctor. So let's first explain what a new variant is. Is this the first one that we've seen since the beginning of the pandemic, and how much more transmissible is it?
A new variant is basically just a mutated version of the virus, and it's absolutely not the first one that we've seen. I mean, this is what viruses do. They mutate. That's part of the evolutionary process. The reason this is getting so much attention, you guys, is because it's 40 to 70% more easily transmitted or more easily spread. And so it's quickly becoming very dominant, in many parts of the UK.
First of all, shout out to the Sam Shack for a transmissible variant.
Oh, you know,
first day back from vacay.
No, I had to ask.
That was pretty good.
I was like, am I saying this right? Thank you.
Doc, you always know those words. But Doc, I just have a quick question. Is it a worse type of virus, quote unquote, than the one that's currently, going around?
You know, Jeff, it is in some ways because it spreads more easily, but there's no evidence that it makes people sicker, and that's the key part of it. Viruses evolve in such a way to improve their own survival, and that's what it's done, but we don't think people are going to get sicker as a result, but more people might get COVID.
So, okay, we finally get a vaccine. Will our current vaccine work on the new strain, or will there need to be another vaccine for a new strain? Sorry, I'm so heated about this, Doc. It's not your fault.
No, it's such an important question, and I'm so glad you asked me. So if you think about my hand as the virus, the thumb is the spike protein. This is the part that gets injected when you get the vaccine, and you make antibodies to the entire thumb. Now, the tip of the thumb is what's changed with this new strain. So those antibodies to the rest of my thumb should still be working. So we think that the vaccine is most likely still going to work. The problem comes if we start accumulating more and more mutations over time, and the entire thumb changes. Then we may have to evolve the vaccine down the line.
Wow. Okay, so Doc, what parts of the world are seeing this new mutation right now? Are there any cases here in America?
Yeah, well, we think it may already have come into America. We have no documented cases, but we have seen cases in Australia, in Italy, in Denmark, in Iceland, and many, many parts of Europe. So that's part of it. It spreads so easily that we do think it's going to, spread across the world, and it begs the question of whether or not, travel restrictions should be imposed. Another thing we didn't talk about, you guys, is the accuracy of testing. With this new strain, there's actually a possibility that our current COVID-19 tests may give us false negatives because the strain has changed and the way that it detects it. So it raises a lot of important questions.
Wow. Well, geez. I was all excited about this
new vaccine. I know. It's
and
a lot
of
testing
questions.
No, we should still be excited. Let's still be excited because I got my shot last week, and I'm really, really excited. I did. I had to tell you guys about it because it was a surprise. I was sicker than I expected to be, but I've never been so happy to be sick. I'll tell you that, because I knew my immune system was making those antibodies. So we still need to be positive. This shouldn't be putting us off. It just tells us we need to continue to be careful until we're all vaccinated.
Amen. Still got to be hypervigilant. Thank you so much, Dr. Coley. Coming up on DBL, Jennifer Aniston posted a picture of a Christmas ornament commemorating the pandemic. But many are saying it's totally tone deaf. We'll show you and let you be the judge. And next, meet a pilot who's breaking barriers in the aviation industry and helping others do the same. Don't miss the latest installment of our series, Strong Women, Inside and Out.
It's only a matter of time.
Welcome back to DBL. Lieutenant Commander Angel Hughes is the perfect example of the saying, be the change you wish to see. When she noticed the lack of representation of minorities and women in the aviation industry, she did something about it. Here's her story, showing us what it means to be a strong woman inside and out.
My name is Lieutenant Commander Angel Hughes. I am a Coast Guard pilot and also a pilot for United Parcel Services. And I'm also the founder of Sisters of the Skies Incorporated. I first realized I wanted a career in aviation while I was 11 years old. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was sitting in my 6th grade class and my teacher introduced the topic of astronomy, and I remember my mind being blown. I fell in love with everything having to do with space and stars, the universe. So I started taking flight lessons at 16 and was licensed by the time I was 17, graduated and went off to college. So we'll fast forward to the year 2015. I'm 29 years old. I'm an active duty Coast Guard military pilot. And up until this point in my career, I count on one hand and keep counting the amount of female pilots I encountered, and I'd never seen another Black female airline pilot. And I'm sitting in my house in Mobile, Alabama at the time, and I'm scrolling through Facebook. And as I'm scrolling, I see a Black female pilot in her uniform in front of a jumbo jet. I sent her a message, so we started a group me chat. So out of 45,000 pilots total within the major airlines, there were less than 50 Black female airline pilots. She invited all of the ladies that she knew in the airline industry, in the major airline. I invited all of the ones that I saw on Facebook. Next thing you know, Sisters of the Skies is formed. The goal of Sisters of the Skies is to increase the amount of female minority pilots through scholarship, mentorship, and outreach. We're helping those pilots, or we're watching them throughout their entire journey through inception of, wow, I can be a pilot, through flight training all the way up to their commercial certificates. To me, being a strong woman means not settling for the minimum, not settling for no, or not giving into the naysayers saying, you know, you could never do that. Be the best at it, so no one can tell you otherwise.
Yes, she is all the goals. And maybe you know an aspiring pilot. To learn more about her organization and find out how to join, go to sistersoftheskies.org. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Okay, so a lot in regard to Lori Loughlin. Lisa says, if I did what Lori did, I would still be in jail. Fame and money got her out early.
You probably right, girl.
Yeah.
You got us.
Like, you right, you right.
I know. And I really hope.
I know I would be.
We'll see if she ever takes accountability. I hope that Lori Loughlin does. Remember to watch DBL on Facebook or YouTube. You can chat with other viewers and with the host during the commercials, and we'll read your comments on TV like we just did. It's your chance to be part of our DBL Nation. And if you're sticking around, here's what's coming up on DBL. The haters are coming after Wonder Woman 1984, but are they being too harsh? And social media is also slamming Jennifer Aniston over a Christmas ornament. DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Erica. Brandon joining us from home. Let's get right to it. Alec Baldwin is no stranger to controversy, but now it's his wife Hilaria's turn to be in the hot seat. So there's rumors saying she fakes her Spanish accent. Hilaria clarified, "I was born in Boston and grew up spending time with my family between Massachusetts and Spain. My parents and sibling live in Spain and I chose to live here. We celebrate both cultures in our home." So that makes total sense, right? Well, here's where it gets a little weird. Her management's online bio says that she was born on a Spanish island. Not only that, an old clip from the Today Show is resurfaced and it shows Hilaria struggling with English. Watch.
We have very few ingredients. We have tomatoes. We have, how do you say it? Cucumbers. We have red pepper.
Interesting. Okay, so Brandon, I want to get your take first. Do you believe her if she is somehow amplifying or exaggerating or making up her accent? Why do you think she would do that?
No, I don't believe her at all, because there's an entire Reddit thread that goes back and like examines not only her history of her upbringing, but it goes back as far as her grandparents. And it's showing that she's saying that her parents live in Spain. Her parents, or her mother was like a doctor or someone, and she grew up in Massachusetts all these years, and people are outing her. And you're seeing this with whether it be, and I'm not saying Elizabeth Warren said that when she said she was Native American and she tried to play to that. But when people are saying that Rachel Dolezal, you see people are going back and they're doing their history, they're doing their due diligence at people. And I expect to see more people exposed who have been, I don't know if you could call this appropriation, but people who have been living a lie for so long.
So I don't believe that it's appropriation, in my opinion. I believe that this is a product of assimilation and the idea of passing and going back and forth. You have someone who clearly has some Spanish descent, and as was very common for first-generation Americans, or people born in other countries, a lot of people assimilated to whiteness, to more Americanized, to blend in so that they could get better opportunities. Now we have situations where diversity is kind of celebrated and appreciated. So then you have a swing to the other side. So I think she's just been falling in this strange pendulum of assimilation, and she got caught.
No, Erica. I would agree with you. I'm with Brandon on this one. I would agree with you because, I look back to some of my own friends who had, their grandmother lived with them. Their grandmother, whether it be like in your case, Jeff, from Italy, or whether it be my friend's case in Mexico, her accent would go in and out when she was around her grandmother, right? Then she'd be around me and it should be more Americanized. That I totally understand, and I think that's beautiful, celebrating both heritages or both ethnicities, both languages. With Brandon here, went down that Reddit thread. You have her evidence of her saying that she grew up in Spain for 19 years. Then you have her friends coming out being like, "No, homegirl, I have your yearbook picture from the high school here in America in Boston that you went to." So why making up bold-faced lies? Like, what is she trying to do here, Jeff?
I think people are attracted to some sort of accent, right? And I think it might be her go-to if she's nervous to, how do you say cucumber? Maybe it's like a nervous tick, because that's embarrassing, okay? I'm trying to wonder what's in her head. Well, what's in her head? Because my mother was born in Italy, my grandmother, all my friends, some of my friends were born in Italy. They don't say, "How do you say cucumber?" We wouldn't be friends anymore, first of all. I'd be like, "Dude, you're 29 years old. What do you mean?" And if you're from Europe, you know your vegetables, okay? You know the garden, where the tomatoes are, where the cucumbers are, the green beans. You know what a cucumber is. She was nervous.
She was nervous?
She was nervous, and she's like, "How do you say cucumber?"
I'm just saying, I think that there are a lot of people who maybe it's not even ill will. You just have a diverse upbringing.
But people are saying she did not have a diverse upbringing.
And then it just comes out when it's good for her.
Where's the diversity?
I was saying, that's why I do believe it's assimilation. It's not appropriation.
Brandon, final thought here, and then we'll move on.
But Erica, she just got caught because, like you said, there's been a rise in representation and people saying, hey, yo, I'm black. Hey, I'm proud. I'm a proud Hispanic. I think she was doing this at a time where she didn't think that there was going to be this rise in representation. And now that we've had this foot before this representation come forward and people saying like, hey, I am proud to be Black American. Hey, I am proud to be Hispanic American. She is now being caught. And she's caught red-handed, so she may want to backpedal a little bit more, but
it's assimilation opportunism.
Yes, thank you. That I'll get on board with, because she has the opportunity to drum up the accent when it works for her and then remove that accent when it doesn't work for her.
Right, that's what assimilation was all about.
That is her privilege. After several delays, you can now watch the highly anticipated Wonder Woman sequel at home, and that's exactly what people did. HBO's viewing numbers tripled on Friday. The only problem, the movie's getting mixed reviews, and it looks like, well, more bad news than good. If you checked Twitter after watching, you probably saw a lot of takes like this. Wonder Woman was in 1984 was hot garbage. And this film is really, 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 really bad. So bad it needs to be seen to be believed exactly how bad it is. I'm in awe at how much of a colossal failure of a film this is. However, that did not stop Warner Brothers from greenlighting a third Wonder Woman film. Erica, you watched it.
I did.
And?
I mean, I watched it, and then I did some dishes, and then I watched it.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
And I checked some emails. I also didn't see the original one, so I thought maybe I was at a disadvantage. I didn't think it was hot garbage. I mean, I did feel like the villain was very reminiscent of somebody who's so polarizing in society that may have thrown people off too.
Brandon, did you see the original? I saw the original, and it was one of my favorite superhero films. I could not wait to see the sequel. I'm no longer going to waste my time to see the sequel. What about you, Beelan?
No, I've yet to see either. But in the words of Hilaria Baldwin, it sounded like it was hot basura. You know, basura is trash in Spanish. But okay, that was. I tried, Jeff.
That was good. I appreciate.
But I have an older sister. What's that?
I was gonna say, one day back from vacay. I like you going for it, buddy.
Thank you.
What
Go
about
ahead,
your
Sam.
older
I have
sister?
nothing more
You
than
were
my
about to
bad
say
joke.
something about your older sister.
Oh, well, my older sister, her and her husband, they went to see it on Christmas. They live in Florida. I guess the movie theaters are open there. And this woman, like, she doesn't hate on anything. She doesn't give bad reviews. But growing up, we had a word that if something wasn't funny or if a joke wasn't funny, we'd say burr. So I texted her and I asked her, how was the movie? And she said, in one word, burr. So if she didn't like it, then it gets a burr review from the London family.
I liked your joke, Brandon. Let me bring it in a different direction here. Do you think this movie was so popular because of the movement surrounding it, right? So because of the movement surrounding it, don't give me that face. Stay with me here, Sam. The movement surrounding it made people like feel empowered as women or to support women and go see Wonder Woman, right? But being in this industry and knowing when you're down, people like to put you on a pedestal, and as soon as you're up there, they chop that pedestal right down from you. So do you think she got so famous that people, instead of supporting her, are now chopping her down because of the fame that she's reached?
No, but only
Is that too heady for you?
I think it's too heady only because Erica's reaction. Erica said she was doing dishes, checking emails. Now, that would be a stark contrast to Erica watching the first one, guaranteed. If Erica watched the first one, she would not be able to put her phone down. She would be glued, or she would not even look at her phone. She'd be glued to the TV. It is that good. So I think it may have had high expectations because the first one was so kick-ass, but
yeah.
I'm trying to sound.
I just gave a great, heady explanation of why she says kick-ass.
I commend you for going there. However, I just think it's a sophomore slump.
It could be that too. It could be as simple as that. But it was kick-ass.
Jennifer Aniston's Christmas decorations are getting a lot of mixed reactions after she shared a picture online of an ornament. Well, here it is. The ornament says, "Our first pandemic." People immediately were torn. The question is this in poor taste or is it sarcastic, funny? Jeff, what do you think?
I want to talk more about the other story, but
No, I'm ready for you to take on this.
listen, here's the I don't know. I understand why it's so offensive, but why are people so offended by what other people do? Worry about your own life. I get why it's offensive. 300,000 people died because of this pandemic. But if, God rest my grandmothers, they're not with us. But if they gave me a present like this that said our first pandemic, we're in our first home, maybe they're not thinking too much about it. We're going to remember 2020 with all the pictures and the masks. We don't need an ornament to remind us. But I don't see why it's so offensive. I'm not going to write on Jennifer Aniston's timeline and call her names because she posted an ornament that was in some people in bad taste.
But you can still say it's out of touch. I thought it was out of touch.
All right.
I thought it was a little like who's
you thought Wonder
Woman
Woman was kick-ass too.
To be honest, but who's our Erica? Who gave that to her? Who is she celebrating Christmas with? Just curious.
Wow, we really went down the rabbit hole on this ornament. I assumed it was our as in everybody, like all of us who live here on this earth. And
wow, that was deep too. That was heady. That was heady.
And the pandemic, it just feels like a why. Like, why make it? Why buy it? Why post it?
Why post it? Brandon, do you think, are we just making a big deal, a mountain out of a molehill, or what?
Well, I think we could be, because a lot of people are defending her, saying that she's using humor to cope. I guess to cope with the pandemic. And my question is, would she be getting this blast, or would she be getting this blowback if she had a parent or a family member die of COVID, and she was using this as humor to cope?
Do you find the ornament to be burr?
I was just gonna ask you if you thought it was burr or not.
Do we have a new DBL official word here? But no, I don't. I honestly don't think it's burr. I'm with Jeff. I understand that, the magnitude of this this virus and what it has done to people, but I think she just may be using this to cope.
Okay. That's good for you for giving her the benefit of the doubt. I appreciate that. People just tuning in are like, what's burr? And they're Googling, what's burr? Coming up on DBL, a couple shines a light on the importance of family, their selfless act to keep 6 siblings together, later in Heart Threads. But first, a real-life miracle for a family dealing with infertility, how their family is getting bigger in a way they never saw coming. Welcome back to DBL. After years of infertility, a Minnesota couple has received a pair of miracles this holiday season. 2 babies who aren't twins, and you won't believe how they entered this world. Here is the remarkable story.
For years, Kelsey and Kyle Pierce try everything under the sun to conceive, but nothing works. Her doctors tell her the only options left are surrogacy or adoption. Then one day, Kelsey's mom, 53-year-old Lisa Rutherford, offers to be her surrogate. Even though Lisa has already gone through menopause, doctors agree that she can carry her daughter's baby. 2 months into Lisa's pregnancy, Kelsey gets shocking news. She's defied the odds, and she too is expecting. On October 1st, Lisa gives birth to little Everly. And on November 23rd, baby Ava makes her appearance.
Ladies, welcome to DBL. Lisa, if there was a Mom of the Year, you would get the award for 2020. I bow down. First off, let's just find out, Kelsey, how are your baby girls doing?
So good. So this is Everly and this is Ava. They're just so good. They're adorable. They're getting bigger every day and just, you know, becoming aware of each other, which is so fun to see, like them look at each other. And Everly loves to laugh and giggle at her sister. So fun.
Oh my God. And how lucky to grow up with each other like that. Kelsey, there are so many thousands of surrogates out there, right? I want to know why you chose your 53-year-old mom as yours. And also, both of you can answer this. Was there any a psychological barrier to it, or did you jump in right away? It was a yes immediately.
So honestly, surrogacy is really expensive and
yes,
it's a lot of work to find a surrogate, go through an agency. We were very surprised to find out that it's upwards of $100,000. So yeah, it was so crazy because we had already spent so much on our fertility journey already. So finding that out, we were like, oh my goodness, another thing that we can't do. And so and you know, it's scary also, putting your trust in someone that you don't know and that you probably don't live near and won't be able to get to go to the appointments and see the ultrasounds and everything and know how they're taking care of their body throughout the pregnancy too. So it was really awesome that my mom stepped up to do it. So yeah, my mom kind of the whole way the last 2 years was always saying that, you know, I would do that for you guys. I would totally, you know, help you get me a grandbaby or get you a child. And so finally, after so many bumps in the road and so many, you know, struggles, we finally said, okay, as long as the doctors clear you and as long as medically it's safe to do for you, then, you know, okay.
Ugh. My God, green light. Okay, Lisa, I got to ask you now some questions. How was the pregnancy, first off? And did you ever have hesitations, even in the back of your mind of, is this the right move? Am I going to be okay?
Oh, I had no hesitations at all. And it just seemed like I wanted to make this happen for her. Obviously, I didn't have $100,000 to give her up front. So I'm like, this is the next best thing. And it went well through 36 weeks. And when I went in for my 36-week appointment, the nurse came in and did my blood pressure. Then when they called the doctor back in, she said, oh, you have preeclampsia.
Yeah, you're in preeclampsia. Oh my gosh.
And she said, well, you're going to have to deliver within 12 hours. And I was like, oh my goodness, Kelsey is 12 hours away. And they made it just in time. So we just had a really good pregnancy, and then we got a beautiful little girl out of it.
Oh, I'm so excited. All right. I just want to know, Kelsey, is there anything you'd like to tell your mom?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Thank you. I always thank her every day, and she's like, stop, you don't have to. And I always say, I don't think there's ever a way I can repay you. Just not even financially, just you did so much for us. You know, gave us what we wanted so badly. And, you know, put yourself through something so many people wouldn't even think of doing at that age.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Well, I'm so happy for Ava and Everly, and I just want to say thanks for joining us. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Welcome back to DBL. Today's Heart Threads features an inspirational adoption story. Watch how a couple welcomed 6 kids into their family, all to keep a group of siblings together.
This family doubled in size when they adopted 6 kids. Heather and Jamie Hayduke have 4 biological children. They started fostering 16-month-old twin boys, Noah and Joel. The goal was to reunite them and their 4 siblings with their birth parents, but when plans changed, the Haydukes rose to the occasion.
The only way we could see them staying together is if we were the ones to do it.
So they decided to adopt all 6 kids.
We think we've raised 4 good kids, and okay, we can do that again.
The 2 families officially joined in a virtual adoption ceremony.
You may not have given birth to them, but you've given them their life.
We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Tomorrow on DBL, wellness expert to the stars, Koya Webb, just in time for 2021. She's showing you how to live a healthier, calmer life with eye yoga.
And all you have to do is just close your eyes and look down, all the way down as far as you can down with your eyes closed.
Tips to start the new year on the right foot tomorrow on DBL. Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. So we have a lot of opinions on the ornament. Okay, with Jennifer Aniston. Vivian on Facebook says the COVID decorations are for sale all over social media. Jennifer isn't alone in posting it. Cheryl says on Facebook, there's nothing wrong with Jennifer, in caps. Jennifer A's ornament. Ugh. So, you know, I know that a lot of people are trying to commemorate like what they went through, like a memento, so to speak. I know that like a lot of the photos that I took with Sophie with her mask on, I didn't want her to remove her mask because I wanted to remember. But I mean, Brandon thought that it was her way of coping. So maybe I missed the boat on this one, Brandon, because a lot of people agree with you.
Well, I think that. Yeah, as they should, Sam. But I think there's a difference between the Kylie Jenner post and Jennifer Aniston's post.
Yes. Yeah, I think Kylie's definitely. I think we've made a mountain out of a molehill with Jennifer Aniston.
That's the second time you used that term. I almost made fun of you the first time, but I jumped on the second one. That was a very good one.
I don't know how else to describe that.
I think people are getting tired of the cancel culture, and I think people are finally sticking up like, look, she wasn't trying to ruin anybody's life. She just posted a photo. Relax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do not say relax. DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye, guys.
Today on Daily Blast Live.
Lori Loughlin gets out of prison after just 2 months. Today's debate, did she spend enough time behind bars? When dreams take flight, meet a U.S. Coast Guard pilot who is paving the way for Black women in the aviation industry.
If anything, it drove me to work harder.
A double pregnancy miracle. How one couple welcomed 2 babies who aren't twins after a series of twists and turns in their fertility journey. And the reviews are out for Wonder Woman 1984. Was the movie really that bad? Or are the critics too harsh?
I think we can do better. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, December 28th. I'm Sam here with Erica and Jeff. Brandon joining us from home. So in case you guys didn't know, today is our first day back in studio. So if you tuned in last week, we aired some of our best of shows, but now we are all officially back. So let's go around the horn. How was everyone's holiday? Jeff, then Erica, Brandon?
It was great. Of course, I miss my family, right? I wasn't with my immediate family, but I was with my 2 sons and my wife. It was our first time in our brand new home. So it was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. I don't know if we have some pictures of my sons. You know, Lawson, my oldest, that's Leighton, my youngest. And he didn't really get it. We got some flower in the background there, so it looks, you know, Santa's footsteps. You can see him get out the door. And Lawson, that's my oldest, he really got it. And in case you guys don't know, I cut his hair, so there you go. But it was really special because he got it, and it made it that much more special. I miss my family, but it was a year to remember for sure.
Erica, what about you?
We did a lot of virtual celebrations, which was actually really nice because everyone was kind of, you know, together. Generally, you like move around. But this is so Al got me this bonnet for Christmas with a satin lining, you know, to protect my edges. And my sister flew in from Oakland, so it was just the 3 of us, my sister, my husband, and myself, and we just hung out all day and you know, ate, drank, were merry. How about you, Sam?
Same as Jeff. Like, this was Sophie's first time really experiencing Santa, and the magic, like when she came down and saw that Santa had arrived, like I felt like I was reliving that moment as a kid myself. So it was super special. Miles is only 9 months, so he had no idea what was going on, but he's obsessed with Mickey Mouse. So he got a Mickey Mouse, and let me tell you, the kid has not put Mickey Mouse down. And then something really cool we got to do, because we missed our family too. All of my family were in Northern California. We missed them. We did a Zoom celebration, but we went to Ice Castles, Brandon. That's in about an hour from here, and it was so magical. Sophie thought that she was in Elsa's castle. Brandon, Elsa is from a movie called Frozen. Brandon has no idea who Elsa is. But what about you, Beeline? Where are you right now, by the way?
I'm here in Denver. I was able to go home. I was fortunate enough to go home and see my family. I got to see my nieces and nephews. And Sam, yes, I do know that Elsa is from Frozen because I am Uncle Brandon when I'm home. But the best part about the break was being able to celebrate the life of my grandfather that passed away. My family, he loves the card game, Phase 10. So in honor of him and my grandmother, we played Phase 10, and my cousin Nigel won. But it was a remarkable couple of hours to spend that time with my family playing that game.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Brandon. Power, may he rest in power, and prayers to your entire family. That's tough. That's really, really hard. Thank you for sharing that. So speaking of the holidays, there's some good news for the stores. Even with all the job losses and shutdowns, holiday sales are up this year 3%. That's according to a report by MasterCard. Meantime, online shopping grew a whopping 49%, which of course makes sense. That's in large part due to the pandemic. So speaking of shopping, we saw a few crazy gifts out there this year. First up, check this out. It's a 3-volume Sistine Chapel book with giant color photographs of the landmark. Here's where it gets crazy. It costs you $22,000. Next, check out this giant Princess Cinderella carriage. That's the gift for Kylie Jenner's daughter Stormi from her father Travis Scott. Kylie showed it off on Instagram, and some are criticizing her, saying it's in poor taste to show off such extravagant gifts in a year when so many are hurting. What do you make of that, Jeff?
You know, I could go both ways on this, Sam. We're talking about Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott, who are in the obvious 1% of our country, right? And they have a lifestyle that they've set up for themselves, or their parents have set up. I don't know, Travis Scott, whatever it went, that's the life that they live. And they want to do these things for their daughter. That's how they express their love, through gifts. I'm sure they do it through love as well. But this is how they live, and us 99% are judging them, right? So I think that's more on their character if they want to be like that. For me, it's like, if I had the money, which I don't know how much I would spoil my kids or even myself. Like, I drive an average car, my wife drives an average car. I don't know if I'd go to that next level to try to show off how much I made it. First of all, I don't have it. yet. And second of all, I think it's more character building to show people climb that ladder, right? I think that's what I want my kids to know. Like, my parents grew up average. My dad took the bus to the train to the city every single day. That shows hard work, right? That's how I grew up. That's kind of, I think, instilled in me just by watching that, right? So that's what I want my kids to be instilled in them. Like, you got to work hard for the things that you want. But again, I don't blame them for doing what they should with their kids. It's their judgment. It's their call.
I stay out of other people's pockets, but I do understand what people are saying, because this is a conversation for really everyone. This has been a very tough year economically for more people than most years. And what a lot of people were kind of throwing the sentiment out was, is it necessary to boast about everything that you did or received for the holidays, or, you know, the opulence, when so many people are suffering? But then there are people who are saying, hey, you know what? I worked really hard in order to put together something for my family for this one day of a really craptastic year. I want to be able to share this with other people, or especially in a year where you can't be together with your family, sharing on social media kind of compensates for that.
I thought it was so tone deaf, Brandon. I'm sorry. I really did. I thought so many of our viewers who write in, who are struggling, who can't even afford to, you know, put food on the table, the whole stimulus package thing, people's unemployment, you know, expiring, and then you see this. Listen, I'm all for giving your children gifts. That's way too opulent in my book. But why post it on social media when so many people are struggling right now? I thought it was out of touch.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that one, Sam, because I'm not a parent. I can't give my kids extravagant gifts like this. But in the day and age in 2020, this flaunt culture is going to backfire on you. People are understanding, or this past year have made people realize that materialistic things, they have no value. But the value of Jeff, you showing pictures of you with your family, and Erica, you with your family, to us, that's better than gold. Because a lot of people are like, that $1,000 or $1 million carriage that she got, or Travis got for that kid, that kid is not going to have any sort of memorable memories from that, and you can't take that with you. And I think that's why that blowback is there, because people are like, those possession materials, that's so 2019. Amen. Now it's about the gift of being able to be with your family.
And I want it to be cool in 2021. Brandon kind of touched on it. Like, people think it's cool to have all this stuff on social media and show all this stuff that they really don't have. They really don't, you know? I think it's cool to show, you know what, I saved up all year to buy this iPhone. Amen. And it was the only present I got, or whatever it may be. It reminds me of that story, Cinderella Man. I like seeing that on social media, the inspiration, the hard work, and then getting to a point where you're like, look what I did the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Said.
That's where I want it to go.
I was
getting really inspirational, and we had to get pushed on. Okay. 2020.
Well, switching gears here, Loughlin, you guys, she's free. She's a free woman. The actress was released this morning from prison after serving nearly 2 months for her role in the college admission scandal. It was one of the biggest stories and scandals of the year. Who here is surprised? Did you think that she'd serve Jeff less time, more time? Didn't you have a bet with Tori?
I owe Tori a sandwich.
Yeah.
I owe her a sandwich. I said she'd be out before Christmas. She's out today. We are live, so it's a sandwich for Tori. She's not here today, unfortunately. I ate both sandwiches, but no, I still owe her a sandwich when she gets back.
She's going to be so geeked about that.
Yes, she is.
You know, here's a story where I don't know if it was too much time, too little time. I think that ultimately this is going to very much be set a precedent for how things cannot be swept under the rug, that there will be accountability, whether it comes from the courts or the court of public opinion, and that may actually skew things for your future. This is a prime example of exactly how that went down. Enough is never enough for some people, and when you've gotten to that place, then you are your own worst enemy, because how easy would it have been if it didn't have to look a certain way?
So true.
If it didn't have to appear like that to everybody else.
Hey, Brandon was on board with me about getting out early.
Brandon, is she going to have a comeback?
Well, Erica, she's going to have her day in court, and that's red table talk. She has to go on red table talk to talk to the people.
You don't think she'll get invited?
No.
What if she took accountability? What if she said, I want to learn from my wrongs and take accountability? Would they welcome her?
I think that Gammy is going to say no, and I'm sticking with Gammy. They already allow Olivia Jade on there. She took up some room and space. She said her thing. The thing has been done. She is the family spokesperson. Now let Red Table Talk go back to what Red Table Talk really was about. That was about creating the space for the people who normally don't have the space created, not for people who pay $500,000 to get their daughter into a college. Let's get back to basics, people.
Amen. We're leaving.
Well, we'll take her on this show if she wants to get interviewed. I'll interview her.
We are going to grill her. No softballs here.
Wow. Heads up.
Brandon, stick around. Coming up on DBL, Wonder Woman 1984 was the most anticipated movie of the year, and it finally came out, but why are critics slamming it? Speaking of strong women, meet a pilot who started an organization to help underrepresented groups feel more welcome in the aviation industry. And next, our medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli, joins us live to break down the latest coronavirus headlines. We'll be right back. Closer to the end of 2020, we can finally say we achieved a COVID-19 vaccine, but we also have a concerning new and more transmissible variant of the virus to contend with, and it's beginning to spread around the world. So we've got Dr. Payal Kohli here joining us live. Hey, doctor. So let's first explain what a new variant is. Is this the first one that we've seen since the beginning of the pandemic, and how much more transmissible is it?
A new variant is basically just a mutated version of the virus, and it's absolutely not the first one that we've seen. I mean, this is what viruses do. They mutate. That's part of the evolutionary process. The reason this is getting so much attention, you guys, is because it's 40 to 70% more easily transmitted or more easily spread. And so it's quickly becoming very dominant, in many parts of the UK.
First of all, shout out to the Sam Shack for transmissible variant.
Oh, you know,
first day back from vacay.
You know, I had to ask.
That was pretty good.
I was like, am I saying this right? Thank you.
Doc, you always know those words. But Doc, I just have a quick question. Is it a worse type of virus, quote unquote, than the one that's currently, going around?
You know, Jeff, it is in some ways because it spreads more easily, but there's no evidence that it makes people sicker, and that's the key part of it. Viruses evolve in such a way to improve their own survival, and that's what it's done, but we don't think people are going to get sicker as a result, but more people might get COVID.
So, okay, we finally get a vaccine. Will our current vaccine work on the new strain, or will there need to be another vaccine for a new strain? Sorry, I'm so heated about this, Doc. It's not your fault.
No, it's such an important question, and I'm so glad you asked me. So if you think about my hand as the virus, the thumb is the spike protein. This is the part that gets injected when you get the vaccine, and you make antibodies to the entire thumb. Now, the tip of the thumb is what's changed with this new strain. So those antibodies to the rest of my thumb should still be working. So we think that the vaccine is most likely still going to work. The problem comes if we start accumulating more and more mutations over time, and the entire thumb changes. Then we may have to evolve the vaccine down the line.
Wow. Okay, so Doc, what parts of the world are seeing this new mutation right now? Are there any cases here in America?
Yeah, well, we think it may already have come into America. We have no documented cases, but we have seen cases in Australia, in Italy, in Denmark, in Iceland, and many, many parts of Europe. So that's part of it. It spreads so easily that we do think it's going to, spread across the world, and it begs the question of whether or not, travel restrictions should be imposed. Another thing we didn't talk about, you guys, is the accuracy of testing. With this new strain, there's actually a possibility that our current COVID-19 tests may give us false negatives because the strain has changed and the way that it detects it. So it raises a lot of important questions.
Wow. Well, geez. I was all excited about this
new vaccine. I know. It's
and
a lot
the
of
testing
questions.
No, we should still be excited. Let's still be excited because I got my shot last week, and I'm really, really excited. I did. I have to tell you guys about it because it was a surprise. I was sicker than I expected to be, but I've never been so happy to be sick. I'll tell you that, because I knew my immune system was making those antibodies. So we still need to be positive. This shouldn't be putting us off. It just tells us we need to continue to be careful until we're all vaccinated.
Amen. Still got to be hypervigilant. Thank you so much, Dr. Coley. Coming up on DBL, Jennifer Aniston posted a picture of a Christmas ornament commemorating the pandemic, but many are saying it's totally tone deaf. We'll show you and let you be the judge. And next, meet a pilot who's breaking barriers in the aviation industry and helping others do the same. Don't miss the latest installment of our series, Strong Women, Inside and Out.
Welcome back to DBL. Lieutenant Commander Angel Hughes is the perfect example of the saying, be the change you wish to see. When she noticed the lack of representation of minorities and women in the aviation industry, she did something about it. Here's her story, showing us what it means to be a strong woman inside and out.
My name is Lieutenant Commander Angel Hughes. I am a Coast Guard pilot and also a pilot for United Parcel Services. And I'm also the founder of Sisters of the Skies Incorporated. I first realized I wanted a career in aviation while I was 11 years old. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was sitting in my 6th grade class and my teacher introduced the topic of astronomy, and I remember my mind being blown. I fell in love with everything having to do with space and stars, the universe. So I started taking flight lessons at 16 and was licensed by the time I was 17, graduated and went off to college. So we'll fast forward to the year 2015. I'm 29 years old. I'm an active duty Coast Guard military pilot. And up until this point in my career, I count on one hand and keep counting the amount of female pilots I encountered, and I'd never seen another Black female airline pilot. And I'm sitting in my house in Mobile, Alabama at the time, and I'm scrolling through Facebook. And as I'm scrolling, I see a Black female pilot in her uniform in front of a jumbo jet. I sent her a message, so we started a group me chat. So out of 45,000 pilots total within the major airlines, there were less than 50 Black female airline pilots. She invited all of the ladies that she knew in the airline industry, in the major airline. I invited all of the ones that I saw on Facebook. Next thing you know, Sisters of the Skies is formed. The goal of Sisters of the Skies is to increase the amount of female minority pilots through scholarship, mentorship, and outreach. We're helping those pilots, or we're watching them throughout their entire journey through inception of, wow, I can be a pilot, through flight training all the way up to their commercial certificates. To me, being a strong woman means not settling for the minimum, not settling for no, or not giving into the naysayers saying, you know, you could never do that. Be the best at it, so no one can tell you otherwise.
Yes, she is all the goals. And maybe you know an aspiring pilot. To learn more about her organization and find out how to join, go to sistersoftheskies.org. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Cell phone.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Okay, so a lot in regard to Lori Loughlin. Lisa says, if I did what Lori did, I would still be in jail. Fame and money got her out early.
You probably right, girl.
Yeah.
You got us.
Like, you right, you right.
I know. And I really hope.
I know I would be.
We'll see if she ever takes accountability. I hope that Lori Loughlin does. Remember to watch DBL on Facebook or YouTube. You can chat with other viewers and with the host during the commercials, and we'll read your comments on TV like we just did. It's your chance to be part of our DBL Nation. And if you're sticking around, here's what's coming up on DBL. The haters are coming after Wonder Woman 1984, but are they being too harsh? And social media is also slamming Jennifer Aniston over a Christmas ornament. DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Erica. Brandon joining us from home. Let's get right to it. Alec Baldwin is no stranger to controversy, but now it's his wife Hilaria's turn to be in the hot seat. So there's rumors saying she fakes her Spanish accent. Hilaria clarified, I was born in Boston and grew up spending time with my family between Massachusetts and Spain. My parents and sibling live in Spain and I chose to live here. We celebrate both cultures in our home. So that makes total sense, right? Well, here's where it gets a little weird. Her management's online bio says that she was born on a Spanish island. Not only that, an old clip from the Today Show is resurfaced and it shows Hilaria struggling with English. Watch.
We have very few ingredients. We have tomatoes. We have, how do you say it? Cucumbers. We have red pepper.
Interesting. Okay, so Brandon, I want to get your take first. Do you believe her if she is somehow amplifying or exaggerating or making up her accent? Why do you think she would do that?
No, I don't believe her at all, because there's an entire Reddit thread that goes back and like examines not only her history of her upbringing, but it goes back as far as her grandparents. And it's showing that she's saying that her parents live in Spain. Her parents, or her mother was like a doctor or someone, and she grew up in Massachusetts all these years, and people are outing her. And you're seeing this with whether it be, and I'm not saying Elizabeth Warren said that when she said she was Native American and she tried to play to that. But when people are saying that Rachel Dolezal, you see people are going back and they're doing their history, they're doing their due diligence at people. And I expect to see more people exposed who have been, I don't know if you could call this appropriation, but people who have been living a lie for so long.
So I don't believe that it's appropriation, in my opinion. I believe that this is a product of assimilation and the idea of passing and going back and forth. You have someone who clearly has some Spanish descent, and as was very common for first-generation Americans, or people born in other countries, a lot of people assimilated to whiteness, to more Americanized, to blend in so that they could get better opportunities. Now we have situations where diversity is kind of celebrated and appreciated. So then you have a swing to the other side. So I think she's just been falling in this strange pendulum of assimilation, and she got caught.
No, Erica. I would agree with you. I'm with Brandon on this one. I would agree with you because, I look back to some of my own friends who had, their grandmother lived with them. Their grandmother, whether it be like in your case, Jeff, from Italy, or whether it be my friend's case in Mexico, her accent would go in and out when she was around her grandmother, right? Then she'd be around me and it should be more Americanized. That I totally understand, and I think that's beautiful, celebrating both heritages or both ethnicities, both languages. With Brandon here, went down that Reddit thread. You have her evidence of her saying that she grew up in Spain for 19 years. Then you have her friends coming out being like, no, homegirl, I have your yearbook picture from the high school here in America in Boston that you went to. So why making up bold-faced lies? Like, what is she trying to do here, Jeff?
I think people are attracted to some sort of accent, right? And I think it might be her go-to if she's nervous to, how do you say cucumber? Maybe it's like a nervous tick, because that's embarrassing, okay? I'm trying to wonder what's in her head. Well, what's in her head? Because my mother was born in Italy, my grandmother, some of my friends were born in Italy. They don't say, how do you say cucumber? We wouldn't be friends anymore, first of all. I'd be like, dude, you're 29 years old. What do you mean? And if you're from Europe, you know your vegetables, okay? You know the garden, where the tomatoes are, where the cucumbers are, the green beans. You know what a cucumber is. She was nervous.
She was nervous?
She was nervous, and she's like, how do you say cucumber?
I'm just saying, I think that there are a lot of people who maybe it's not even ill-willed. You just have a diverse upbringing.
But people are saying she did not have a diverse upbringing.
And then it just comes out when it's good for her.
Where's the diversity?
I was saying, that's why I do believe it's assimilation. It's not appropriation.
Brandon, final thought here, and then we'll move on.
But Erica, she just got caught because, like you said, there's been a rise in representation and people saying, hey, yo, I'm black. Hey, I'm proud. I'm a proud Hispanic. I think she was doing this at a time where she didn't think that there was going to be this rise in representation. And now that we've had this foot before this representation come forward and people saying like, hey, I am proud to be Black American. Hey, I am proud to be Hispanic American. She is now being caught. And she's caught red-handed, so she may want to backpedal a little bit more, but
it's assimilation opportunism.
Yes, thank you. That I'll get on board with, because she has the opportunity to drum up the accent when it works for her and then remove that accent when it doesn't work for her.
Right, that's what assimilation was all about.
That is her privilege. After several delays, you can now watch the highly anticipated Wonder Woman sequel at home, and that's exactly what people did. HBO's viewing numbers tripled on Friday. The only problem, the movie is getting mixed reviews, and it looks like, well, more bad news than good. If you check Twitter after watching, you probably saw a lot of takes like this. Wonder Woman was in 1984 was hot garbage. And this film is really, 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 really bad. So bad it needs to be seen to be believed exactly how bad it is. I'm in awe at how much of a colossal failure of a film this is. However, that did not stop Warner Brothers from greenlighting a third Wonder Woman film. Erica, you watched it.
I did.
And?
I mean, I watched it, and then I did some dishes, and then I watched it.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
And I checked some emails. I also didn't see the original one, so I thought maybe I was at a disadvantage. I didn't think it was hot garbage. I mean, I did feel like the villain was very reminiscent of somebody who's so polarizing in society that may have thrown people off too.
Brandon, did you see the original? I saw the original, and it was one of my favorite superhero films. I could not wait to see the sequel. I'm no longer going to waste my time to see the sequel. What about you, Beelan?
No, I've yet to see either. But in the words of Hilaria Baldwin, it sounded like it was hot basura. You know, basura is trash in Spanish. But okay, that was. I tried, Jeff.
That was good. I appreciate.
But I have an older sister. What's that?
I was gonna say, one day back from vacay. I like you going for it, buddy.
Thank you.
What
Go
about
ahead,
your
Sam.
older
I have
sister?
nothing more
You
than
were
my
about to
bad
say something
joke.
about your older sister.
Oh, well, my older sister, her and her husband, they went to see it on Christmas. They live in Florida. I guess the movie theaters are open there. And this woman, like, she doesn't hate on anything. She doesn't give bad reviews. But growing up, we had a word that if something wasn't funny or if a joke wasn't funny, we'd say burr. So I texted her and I asked her, how was the movie? And she said, in one word, burr. So if she didn't like it, then it gets a burr review from the London family.
I liked your joke, Brandon. Let me bring it in a different direction here. Do you think this movie was so popular because of the movement surrounding it, right? So because of the movement surrounding it, don't give me that face. Stay with me here, Sam. The movement surrounding it made people like feel empowered as women or to support women and go see Wonder Woman, right? But being in this industry and knowing when you're down, people like to put you on a pedestal, and as soon as you're up there, they chop that pedestal right down from you. So do you think she got so famous that people, instead of supporting her, are now chopping her down because of the fame that she's reached?
No, but only
Is that too heady for you?
I think it's too heady only because Erica's reaction. Erica said she was doing dishes, checking emails. Now, that would be a stark contrast to Erica watching the first one, guaranteed. If Erica watched the first one, she would not be able to put her phone down. She would be glued, or she would not even look at her phone. She'd be glued to the TV. It is that good. So I think it may have had high expectations because the first one was so kick-ass, but...
Yeah.
I'm trying to
I just gave a great, heady explanation of why she says kick-ass.
I commend you for going there. However, I just think it's a sophomore slump.
It could be that too. It could be as simple as that. But it was kick-ass.
Jennifer Aniston's Christmas decorations are getting a lot of mixed reactions after she shared a picture online of an ornament. Well, here it is. The ornament says, "Our first pandemic." People immediately were torn. The question is this in poor taste or is it sarcastic, funny? Jeff, what do you think?
I want to talk more about the other story. But
no, I'm ready for your taking this?
Listen, here's the thing. I don't know. I understand why it's so offensive, but why are people so offended by what other people do? Worry about your own life. I get why it's offensive. 300,000 people died because of this pandemic. But if, God rest my grandmothers, they're not with us. But if they gave me a present like this that said our first pandemic, we're in our first home, maybe they're not thinking too much about it. We're going to remember 2020 with all the pictures and the masks. We don't need an ornament to remind us. But I don't see why it's so offensive. I'm not going to write on Jennifer Aniston's timeline and call her names because she posted an ornament that was in some people in bad taste.
But you can still say it's out of touch. I thought it was out of touch.
All right.
I thought it was a little like who's
you thought
our?
Wonder Woman was kick-ass too.
To be honest, but who's our Erica? Who gave that to her? Who is she celebrating Christmas with? Just curious.
Wow, we really went down the rabbit hole on this ornament. I assumed it was our as in everybody, like all of us who live here on this earth. And
wow, that was deep too. That was heady. That was heady.
And the pandemic, it just feels like a why. Like, why make it? Why buy it? Why post it?
Why post it? Brandon, do you think, are we just making a big deal, a mountain out of a molehill, or what?
Well, I think we could be, because a lot of people are defending her, saying that she's using humor to cope. I guess to cope with the pandemic. And my question is, would she be getting this blast, or would she be getting this blowback if she had a parent or a family member die of COVID, and she was using this as humor to cope?
Do you find the ornament to be burr?
I was just gonna ask you if you thought it was burr or not.
Do we have a new DBL official word here? But no, I don't. I honestly don't think it's burr. I'm with Jeff. I understand that, the magnitude of this this virus and what it has done to people, but I think she just may be using this to cope.
Okay. That's good for you for giving her the benefit of the doubt. I appreciate that. People just tuning in are like, what's burr? And they're Googling, what's burr? Coming up on DBL, a couple shines a light on the importance of family, their selfless act to keep 6 siblings together, later in Heart Threads. But first, a real-life miracle for a family dealing with infertility, how their family is getting bigger in a way they never saw coming. Welcome back to DBL. After years of infertility, a Minnesota couple has received a pair of miracles this holiday season. 2 babies who aren't twins, and you won't believe how they entered this world. Here is the remarkable story.
For years, Kelsey and Kyle Pierce try everything under the sun to conceive, but nothing works. Her doctors tell her the only options left are surrogacy or adoption. Then one day, Kelsey's mom, 53-year-old Lisa Rutherford, offers to be her surrogate. Even though Lisa has already gone through menopause, doctors agree that she can carry her daughter's baby. 2 months into Lisa's pregnancy, Kelsey gets shocking news. She's defied the odds, and she too is expecting. On October 1st, Lisa gives birth to little Everly. And on November 23rd, baby Ava makes her appearance.
Ladies, welcome to DBL. Lisa, if there was a Mom of the Year, you get the award for 2020. I bow down. First off, let's just find out, Kelsey, how are your baby girls doing?
So good. So this is Everly and this is Ava. They're just so good. They're adorable. They're getting bigger every day and just, you know, becoming aware of each other, which is so fun to see, like them look at each other. And Everly loves to laugh and giggle at her sister. So fun.
Oh my God. And how lucky to grow up with each other like that. Kelsey, there are so many thousands of surrogates out there, right? I want to know why you chose your 53-year-old mom as yours. And also, both of you can answer this. Was there any a psychological barrier to it, or did you jump in right away? It was a yes immediately.
So honestly, surrogacy is really expensive and
yes.
It's a lot of work to find a surrogate, go through an agency. We were very surprised to find out that it's upwards of $100,000. So after, it was so crazy because we had already spent so much on our fertility journey already. So finding that out, we were like, oh my goodness, another thing that we can't do. And so, it's scary also, putting your trust in someone that you don't know and that you probably don't live near and won't be able to get to go to the appointments and see the ultrasounds and everything and know how they're taking care of their body throughout the pregnancy too. So it was really awesome that my mom stepped up to do it. So my mom kind of the whole way the last 2 years was always saying that, I would do that for you guys. I would totally, help you get me a grandbaby or get you a child. And so finally, after so many bumps in the road and so many, struggles, we finally said, okay, as long as the doctors clear you and as long as medically it's safe to do for you, then, okay.
Ugh. My God, green light. Okay, Lisa, I got to ask you now some questions. How was the pregnancy first off? And did you ever have hesitations, even in the back of your mind of, is this the right move? Am I going to be okay?
Oh, I had no hesitations at all. And it just seemed like I wanted to make this happen for her. Obviously, I didn't have $100,000 to give her up front. So I'm like, this is the next best thing. And, it went well through 36 weeks, and when I went in for my 36-week appointment, the nurse came in and did my blood pressure. Then when they called the doctor back in, she said, oh, you have preeclampsia.
Yeah, you're in preeclampsia. Oh my gosh.
And she said, well, you're going to have to deliver within 12 hours. And I was like, oh my goodness, Kelsey is 12 hours away. And they made it just in time. So we just had a really good pregnancy, and then we got a beautiful little girl out of it.
Oh, I'm so excited. All right. I just want to know, Kelsey, is there anything you'd like to tell your mom?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Thank you. I always thank her every day, and she's like, stop, you don't have to. And I always say, I don't think there's ever a way I can repay you. Just not even financially, just you did so much for us. You gave us what we wanted so badly. And, put yourself through something so many people wouldn't even think of doing at that age.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Well, I'm so happy for Ava and Everly, and I just want to say thanks for joining us. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Welcome back to DBL. Today's Heart Threads features an inspirational adoption story. Watch how a couple welcomed 6 kids into their family, all to keep a group of siblings together.
This family doubled in size when they adopted 6 kids. Heather and Jamie Hayduke have 4 biological children. They started fostering 16-month-old twin boys, Noah and Joel. The goal was to reunite them and their 4 siblings with their birth parents, but when plans changed, the Haydukes rose to the occasion.
The only way we could see them staying together is if we were the ones to do it.
So they decided to adopt all 6 kids.
We think we've raised 4 good kids, and okay, we can do that again.
The 2 families officially joined in a virtual adoption ceremony.
You may not have given birth to them, but you've given them their life.
We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Hello.
Tomorrow on DBL, wellness expert to the stars, Koya Webb, just in time for 2021. She's showing you how to live a healthier, calmer life with eye yoga.
And all you have to do is just close your eyes and look down, all the way down as far as you can down with your eyes closed.
Tips to start the new year on the right foot tomorrow on DBL. Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. So we have a lot of opinions on the ornament. Okay, with Jennifer Aniston. Vivian on Facebook says the COVID decorations are for sale all over social media. Jennifer isn't alone in posting it. Cheryl says on Facebook, there's nothing wrong with Jennifer, in caps. Jennifer A's ornament. Ugh. So, you know, I know that a lot of people are trying to commemorate like what they went through, like a memento, so to speak. I know that like a lot of the photos that I took with Sophie with her mask on, I didn't want her to remove her mask because I wanted to remember. But I mean, Brandon thought that it was her way of coping. So maybe I missed the boat on this one, Brandon, because a lot of people agree with you.
Well, I think that. Yeah, as they should, Sam. But I think there's a difference between the Kylie Jenner post and Jennifer Aniston's post.
Yes. Yeah, I think Kylie's definitely. I think we've made a mountain out of a molehill with Jennifer Aniston.
That's the second time you used that term. I almost made fun of you the first time, but I jumped on the second one. That was a very good one.
I don't know how else to describe that.
I think people are getting tired of the cancel culture, and I think people are finally sticking up like, look, she wasn't trying to ruin anybody's life. She just posted a photo. Relax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do not say relax. DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye, guys.